Dang, JDS, you sleep beside your computer? Hey, Nanya, how you doing? Hey, Z Joan, dude, how you doing? Good morning. Ladies, how you doing? Nanya, I hope you're doing good. Hope you're getting nice weather down there today. Here, we're gonna hit the 100 Fahrenheit today, so we'll be staying in, that's for sure. Oh, okay, Ray Days, no problem. Thank you for coming in. Out here in the 90s, yeah. I guess we're all gonna get hit with the hot weather there today and tomorrow. There's a little breeze, but which I'm not complaining because it's gonna be bloody hot today. Yeah, but doing good, doing good. And I'm not flying today. I don't know how the Mavic Mini handles in a hot air like that. There, I don't know how I handle myself in a hot air like that. Yeah, that's it. I don't think I'll fly today. Nyeh, nyeh, nyeh. I did quite a bit of flying there for the 3 days there. Past 3 days, I did quite a bit of flying. I haven't posted any videos yet, but I will. Yep. So I'm hoping some of you guys can go flying today. It can't be that hot out everywhere. I know a lot of people started back to work this week. I know that. I'm off and need to contact my meeting. Okay, radar, ladies, you take care. Thanks for popping in and hitting that like button. Hey, Hugh, how you doing?
Good morning, Roger. Good morning, everybody in chat. What's up?
Been up since early this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it hot there yet?
Oh, it's getting there.
Yeah, here too.
But got a little breeze, so
I got the
not bad.
windows all closed up.
Yeah.
The blinds, well, except for the one here because it's just a curtain.
Okay.
Good morning, Nunya. How you doing, bud?
You have air conditioning there, yeah?
No,
Oh,
no central air, no central heating, right? Because it's radiator heating, so there's no ducts in the house, right?
okay.
180 years old or 190 years old, so
Yeah.
but it's
No
Canada.
cost
It
a
doesn't get
fortune
that.
putting central air in there.
I don't think you could because there's
Yeah.
no ducting, right? Yeah.
Well, I'm not complaining for the hot weather.
No, it'll be all right.
We start butts off enough during the bloody winters.
Now I do have an air conditioner unit up in my bedroom that goes
Yeah.
out the window, so that's not too bad. For at nighttime, it'll be all right.
Mhm. When I first moved in here, I had 2 air conditionings, one here downstairs, one upstairs. But
Oh, yeah?
no, threw those out.
So no AC now?
No,
No, just windows. Yeah.
I just rather have it because here we always got a breeze. I don't know why, but we always got a breeze here. So
Yeah. Morning, Blind Neil.
hey, Neil.
I got my short sleeve shirts on, so I'll keep cool.
I put something on a light too today. So
Yeah.
and I got up at 6 o'clock this morning because my next door neighbor's dog decided to start barking.
Oh no.
Didn't stop barking until about 7:30. That thing just keeps on going and going and going. Ordered my batteries 3 weeks ago with Amazon Prime. Still no sign. Yeah, Amazon slacked off a hell of a lot there lately.
It's terrible. So last week I thought, you know what? I'll try something different. I'll order from Walmart online, and I ordered a shirt just to try a shirt from Walmart. And anyway, I got the shipping notice. It's coming from the United Kingdom.
Oh my God.
I wouldn't have ordered it if I had known it was coming from across the ocean.
Oh God. Well, you'll get it in 6 months.
Yeah, probably. Neil says, screw a shirt. Too hot in my apartment. See you naked, Neil? Get outside and run through a garden hose. That's what I need to do.
I know one person's gonna find it hot. It's probably Roxy there. She'll find it hot today.
Yeah.
She's either sleeping on her bed or on the floor, on her bed or on her floor. So
yeah, it's already 23 degrees inside the house. It was 21 this morning when I woke up.
yeah, it's 22 in here.
Yeah. This is about as warm as I like it. Anything beyond 23 and I start sweating. Like.
Yeah.
Morning, JDS. JDS was first again this morning. Look at that, man.
Same here, Neil. Yeah, we're under a heat warning.
Oh, really?
We're supposed to go up to 34 Celsius today.
Yeah, it's not getting quite that hot here.
And tomorrow. So
I think because we're on the river, it makes it a bit cooler.
yeah, more black flies too.
Yeah, that's true too. JDS.
Last night when I put the dog out, I just used my flashlight to put her outdoors.
Oh, yeah?
If I open that big light up, man, I have about 50 June bugs around.
Bugs. Yeah. He's on the Trent Canal. That sounds like fun.
He's at his house. Okay. He's on his property.
So last night I put out the chipmunk trap.
Oh.
5-gallon bucket of water,
Yeah.
half filled with water, and then covered the surface with sunflower seeds. And I put a board ramp leading up to the top so they could jump in. So
Okay.
I'll check later on. We'll see what happened. Hopefully I have a floater this morning. It's cruel. I know it was the last thing I wanted to do, but I tried the other traps and they weren't taking it. So I've got to get rid of them.
Hey, Phantom Hodges, good morning.
Good morning, Paul. What's up, buddy? Yeah, summer's finally here.
Builder 710, good morning, good morning.
Howdy, Builder 710.
I wonder how long it's going to take my lilacs trees to blossom.
That's usually pretty quick, isn't it?
They were having problems this year, I think. They might blossom. If the warm weather keeps on like this, they'll probably blossom fast.
Yeah.
And guess what? I like it. It's right in front of my window here, so when the wind blows this way, like the smell comes in the house. So.
Well, that must be nice. Oh, very nice, Phantom Hodges.
Yeah, you better do them before it gets too hot for you there, Phantom. Yeah. Builder 710, I hope you're doing well.
That's a good idea, Blind Neil. The problem is the chipmunks live in our yard. They've built, like they have burrows and everything, so
Yeah.
they're not going to be easily scared away, I don't think.
No.
It's full out war at this point. Negotiation has ceased.
Needs to play squirrels that get into my garage.
Oh yeah?
They throw everything off the shelves.
Oh shit. Oh, that sounds cool, Phantom Hodges. Evening shot on a pool all lit up. Wow. Very cool.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to do that shot around 8 o'clock tonight, though, to get the lighting effect.
Yeah. Yeah. But we can fly at dark now, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you,
Yes,
Onion.
yeah, I hear you there.
Yeah. Well, Friday I'm going to go out and fly my drone. I've got a plan to go over to my neighbor's yard, the one that I used to live beside with the big 600-acre farm back in Smiths Falls.
Yeah.
So I'm going there Friday to fly and just kind of play around in the woods. Should be fun.
Nice.
Oh, thanks, Neil. I'll take a look at that.
I got up a video yesterday on my flying. Okay, cool there, Phantom Hodges. You can put the link in the chat if you want, Phantom Hodges. I know I'm early this morning, but hey, Desmond, how you doing?
Hang on.
Oh. COVID, he's got the COVID.
Yeah.
Rule 1, don't rush so you can get on a live stream.
Stay away, David. Stay away. How you doing, bud?
Doing fine, doing fine. Finding great amusement in a subject we're not allowed to talk about at the moment.
Oh. Local or global?
UK local.
Ah.
One of the Prime Minister's advisors broke the rules during lockdown, and he's squirming to get away with it.
Oh, he drove 400 kilometers to his parents' cottage.
That's the one.
That's the one. I know all about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's memes appearing. You know, Barnard Castle, a sight for sore eyes, and then Barnard Castle, then a bit smaller, then a bit smaller, then a bit smaller, and I've just been having a chuckle over it. It's the guy should lose his job, but he never will, because that's the kind of politicians the world's got these days. Anyway, enough of that. Hello, Blind Neil, Phantom Hodges, Nonya, JDS.
Well, you don't have to worry. He's not the only one that broke the rules. Our Prime Minister did too and everything, so.
Well, our Chief Medical Officer in Scotland did, but she resigned. She did the honourable thing.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah. And she didn't go 260 miles, 400 kilometres. She literally went from one side of Edinburgh to the other side of the Firth. She went across the bridge, basically, into Fife.
Oh.
I was forgetting you knew the area a bit. That's where she went. And she got caught, and she went, fair enough, lost her job. This non-elected guy down in England is just hanging on.
Yeah.
And yeah, but it's the jokes that are coming out of it that are funny. It's but it's not really a joking matter. The guy should lose his job. I don't wish that on anybody, but he's a public figure.
Yeah. You have to set the example.
His excuses are just making it worse. He had to drive to test his eyes out. What?
That was a very nice video there, Phantom Hodges.
Oh, let's take a look.
Hey, Blizzard, good morning, good morning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've not watched that one yet, but it's there to watch.
No, if I would have done that, I went up to the Mount Rougemont here, where it's full of apple orchards.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that completely. Oh, well.
You know, I lived there when I was a kid for a little while.
Yeah?
In Rougemont, yeah.
Hi, AZ Drone. Fly before you die. You've
Hey,
still
fly
not,
before you die.
you've still not managed to shoot the blossom there, Roger.
Pardon?
Sorry, you've still not managed to shoot the blossom at the house.
Yep. Yeah, I got them. Yeah.
All right.
Off the prune trees, though, not the apple trees. They're having problems blossoming here. They're starting to come out. But now with the big winds we had the other day, all the blossoms off the prune trees are gone almost.
Ooh. See you, Phantom Hodges. Take care, buddy.
Yep. See you later.
Yeah, Phantom Hodges. Yeah. On that suggestion of yours, Blind Nil, yeah, I think they should treat it a bit like jury service. But instead of doing it for just a trial or whatever they do in the US, it should be for a fixed term. And they don't lose out by it, but it should be done like jury service. I'm sure they could have the civil service that are permanent. They could come up with a way of picking a cross section of 600 and odd people who could run the country for 5 years, and they couldn't do any worse, for God's sake, could they? Anyway, we're not allowed to talk about politics. Let's talk about YouTube, because I've been having troubles with it this morning.
Sorry, I was watching porn in the background. What were you talking about?
Well, that's all right. Can you drop the link?
Yeah, definitely. Hold on.
Hey, fly before you die. I hope you got time to go flying. AZ Drone dude also. I hope you're going to be able to go flying.
Yeah, YouTube's been a pain. I don't know if you've taken part in a collaboration before where you collaborate in making up a playlist. In
No.
Classic, it was nice and easy. You got the collaborators link, you went to it, and there was an add video button. Since they went over to Studio,
Yeah.
the mix of Studio and Classic, the add Studio button disappeared.
Yeah.
Oh,
The add video button to the collaborators link. So what you had to do was go and play your video, and in the save at the bottom, it would appear in there. Well, now I've been at it for 24 hours now, trying to add my video to Thursday's link, and other people have managed it. But I'm on Full Classic, and I don't know what they've done to Full Classic, Full Studio, the new one. And I
Okay.
can't see the button, I can't see it, and it's no longer in my link, so that little workaround doesn't work.
Huh.
So I've been talking on the group and saying, can somebody add the link to me? But everybody's at work at the moment, that's available. And I
Yeah.
thought, I wonder if I can do it on my tablet. So I went on my tablet to the collaborators list, and there's a button not to add to the playlist, but to add it to my library. So I clicked on add it to my library, went into my browser, and there it is in the save list. It's a bloody hell of a way to do it, but I got round it, and I've sent off a polite missive to YouTube.
it's confusing, isn't it?
Hey,
Yeah.
Mr. Crawley, good day, good day. Hope you're doing
Mr.
good.
Crowley.
G'day, Sean. What's up, bud?
I'd just like to inform you guys that Zoom did an update last night.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I've not had an update. You said like the other day there was one, and I've unless it's updating automatically when I log in.
Yeah.
I've not had one as such.
Yeah, because yesterday when I was on live, I noticed there was an update. I clicked on it and it updated after I closed the Zoom off.
All right.
Okay,
I'm not-
JS Enterprises, good morning, good morning.
Update available. I'm going to install the update in log.
Oh, he's gone.
You guys remember before we couldn't check those two boxes at the bottom? Like for when you wanted to share?
Yeah.
Well, now you can click on them. And there's,
I've not seen an update, so I'll check it when
yeah.
on it's.
But me, what I do is I go right to the bottom right corner. I click on that arrow. It's pointing up. It has Zoom there. I right click and it says updates or whatever.
It was a quick update.
Yeah, that was.
But with this YouTube problem, I tried it in Chrome, I tried it in Firefox, I downloaded, what do you call it? Oh, it's another Mozilla based one, I can't remember the name of it. I downloaded another browser, so it had none of my settings in it. I had to go through the hoops to get into YouTube, and it still wouldn't do it. So, but I've sorted it now. iCamera drone. But
I've never heard of this collaborator playlist thing. That's something that's completely foreign to me.
yeah, if you make up a playlist,
Yeah, I've done that.
click on advanced, and in the thing is collaborate, and it allows people that you send that link to add videos, or it used to.
Okay.
Now you've got to jump through the hoops to get to it. We do it last Thursday of every month. It's called Throwback Thursday, and it's this Thursday, of course. And so the videos are starting to be put in the list, and I found I couldn't add it.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna share my picture. Let me know if there's any glitches or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's going to be, but okay, share. Oh, the freaking thing's out there again. Optimize screen sharing for video. It's not there. It's grayed out. Damn it. It was there this morning.
Yeah, Blind Neil.
Hell's
Well,
gone.
I don't know whether it's a deliberate thing, because they could just take it away altogether. But I know from my experience in programming in a big team, I was testing, and some of the stupid things that programmers do in modern day programming languages, just because they're not thinking, and they think the code is all theirs, and in a modern program it isn't. A lot of the code pulling from libraries, and if they don't pull the right thing, it doesn't work the way they think it's going to. It's yeah, and I had to test for their mistakes. Some of them were nice and easy to find. Some of them were not.
I do not know why it's going on there. Okay. Oh, the optimized screen is not on. It was on this morning when I checked it out. Hey, Camero, how you doing? Gonna fly today if I can wake up. Okay. I've been up all night. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Mr. Clyde, it's gonna be very hot here today, so. Camero, how you doing? We're supposed to be up to 34 Celsius today. No, it's hot. 34 Celsius, it's hot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've just tried all the buttons in there, and the optimize for screen just never highlights.
Doesn't highlight it.
Yeah.
Damn it. Weird.
What's your mug say, David?
It's an advert for Big Sports.
Oh,
It's one of the few mugs I've got that holds enough tea. Oh, where is it? There we go. It's Sports Direct.
Okay.
cool.
My son hates it because he's the owner of our arch enemy when it comes to football clubs.
Ooh, wow. It's funny how serious Scottish people take football.
No.
My family does up there in Glasgow. I have family members in the same household.
That's got nothing to do with football.
Well, they're on opposing sides, right? You know,
Yeah.
Celtics versus I forget who the other team is in Glasgow.
Rangers and Celtic.
Rangers and Celtics. And I don't know why they use a sibilant C, because in Gaelic, C is never sibilant. It's always a hard sound. But anyway.
Yeah. I think it's to differentiate themselves from the Celts, if you like.
Okay. Well,
Because it's not politics, it's worse, it's religion. Is the problem. Yeah. And I'm thinking about, oh, he's gone. No, he's screen sharing. There we go.
whoosh. Movie time.
Is it black screen or?
No, we've got the yeah, we've got VLC up.
I see lilac trees, I think. No?
Yeah, the lilacs is on the left-hand side, but I was going through the prune trees right there. That's what the spark. That's last year's video. I didn't post it yet.
Really?
I got a lot of videos I haven't posted yet. You know, I was saying, "Are you flying? Are you flying?" It's just haven't posted anything.
I've got drone footage in tomorrow's video.
Yeah.
It's of where I live, basically the secret flying spot.
Oh, looking forward to seeing that.
Or the not so secret flying spot. We were out for a walk yesterday and there was somebody else flying there. But we were.
The size of that cable. You have a flat roof, Roger?
Yeah. Well, it's on a slant.
It's on a slant? Okay.
My son did the roofing on it.
Really? That's cool.
2 years ago. Landlord says he paid everything, and he gave him a good amount of money for doing it. So.
Oh, nice. You put tin on?
No, just rolls of tar. What do you call it there?
Tar paper. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Roger, it says subscribe now, but when I click the icon, it says subscribed. Yeah. I know it's doing that to everybody, Camero. So you got to check a lot of people's channels.
Yeah.
But don't click on the red subscribe because you are already subscribed to my channel. It's their glitch.
Who's had a show on last night about it, eh?
Yeah.
I didn't
Joe,
see it.
hey, how you doing? Yeah, on Pusa Studios, he did a thing about it. But this year 658. Hope you're doing good.
But we were out for a walk yesterday. In fact, we were out busy doing something mostly yesterday. And I took the drone with me where we were going because it's a lovely spot to fly to the west of Kingston on Spey on the coast. And it's a fantastic place, big long pebble beach and what have you. But it was just too windy again. It's windy again today. The weatherman needs shooting. He hasn't got the wind right for about a week now.
Yeah.
I have my YouTube comments turned off by YouTube. Oh, crap. 165. I don't know why they're doing that. Yep. Oh, cool there, Fly Before You Die. Nice. Thank you so much for supporting everybody. Oh, the birds are chirping a lot this morning.
I'll be back in a sec.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, that's it. I've just had a message saying that the other members of the group have spotted I've managed to be able to do it and get my video up.
Uh-huh.
I'll write them a spiel about how I did it later. Oh dear. It's just incredible. I don't know whether it is deliberate or people not being properly supervised during the lockdown or whatever, but these last couple of months YouTube has been really daft.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people going on YouTube and they don't even know what it was. You know what I mean?
No, I mean the workers, the people, who program the websites and make sure everything's working. It's just some of the things that have been added recently.
Taken off too, and everything is just
well, yeah.
They're all screwed up.
Mm-hmm. In some ways, I can understand why they took off the links to the channels in the chat from the right. But on the other hand, there must be better ways of controlling that than controlling sub for sub than taking it away from people who use it. I mean, it was a great tool. I'm in a couple of live streams where I'm a genuine moderator, and they need moderators.
Yeah.
It takes away one of your tools. It adds sort of a few seconds to the ability to moderate, and in that time the damage has been done. You've got rid of the guy later, but he's already had his say, if you like.
Jones 658. When you put your videos up, do you mark it's for everybody or for not for kids, or it's no violence in it and everything? Because that's one of the rules you got to do, is got to click it saying if it's for children or not. If it's not for children.
As soon as you mark it made for kids.
Yeah. Hey, Canadian Drone Pilot, how you doing?
Hi, Canadian Drone Pilot.
Morning, Rich. I wonder if I'd get more views if I marked it for children, because all my videos there's nothing in about landscape and animals.
Yeah. No, because they always saying click, every time I put a video up, they always ask, is there violence in it? Is there this in it? Is this that? Nope, none of the above.
Nope.
I click that. Then not for children. I click that too.
Yeah, I never select the for children button. Like I never put that.
Well, that automatically switches your comments, changes your monetization.
Oh, it turns off the comments?
Yeah.
Oh, and monetization, does it demonetize?
No, but you don't get the same amount of monetization. It's it's because it's not using the personal information of the people then to target.
Oh my, that's very
It just
interesting.
puts up
I
the
didn't know
next
that.
ad in the queue, sort of thing. Yeah.
Didn't know that.
So when we come to you, from what you've been saying this morning, we get all the porn links, etc.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, more filters. Yep, that's it. There you go.
Yeah.
There's your-
Okay, then I won't check that. I just thought maybe it would extend my audience reach, to kids, but
Possibly not. No. I don't know what I did yesterday. Mind you, I do know what I did yesterday. Yesterday's video hasn't done very well, but then I suspect it was because a lot of my my viewers are from your side of the water, and it was Memorial Day, so everybody would be out playing, I suppose, doing their thing, family day.
yeah.
Long time no see, Kim Fife. How you been doing?
Hey, what's up, Kim?
But
Rich
tomorrow's
is a
about
master of emojis there.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. Tomorrow's clickbait. Yeah, tomorrow's clickbait is mostly drone footage from Focke-Wulf Manaba. I must say, and the title is a little bit clickbaity. In did he really do that? And I'm wondering if Dominic Cummings fans will come across and click that, thinking that's what I'm going to have a go to, but it's not. I do something in the video.
The titles almost have to be. It's almost like they need to be clickbait these days. It's a bit ridiculous.
Semi clickbait, I suppose, because it gets people to click on it and start watching, and then it's up to you to keep them. But you can take it too far.
JSK Enterprise. I already had you subscribed. You're one of my channels. Right on.
I did watch a female vegan who does yoga. That's not the reason I watched their channel.
I'm not shocked. Keep going.
They were complaining that their channel was getting less views. So I've decided now that the blonde female with a yoga mat and doesn't eat meat is perhaps not the way to go with my channel, and if they're dropping off now.
I don't know, if you were better looking and blonde and did yoga, I might watch your channel more, Desmond. I'm just saying. I'm just kidding. I'll tell you though, I noticed something that it wasn't as prevalent, I don't think, as well, maybe it was. I just noticed the women using their assets more on YouTube.
Yeah,
They're really like highlighting certain things, and
yeah.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do, I guess, right? And the
Johnny
sad
John
part is-
Flyer. How you doing, Johnny John Flyer? Nice to see you. Everybody check out everybody's channels. Make sure you got them supported, guys. And don't forget to hit the like button on the way in or way out.
I had to trim my stash this morning, David. Just a little.
The boss is dropping hints about this, but
Problem is, I was starting to get food and coffee. When,
yeah,
when the mustache starts to draw it up your nose, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Then you're inhaling your coffee.
Yeah, it's time for a trim when the coffee or tea starts dripping back down as well.
Yeah, exactly. Which it was the other day. Actually, we had tacos, in hard shell, and there was sour cream, and I tried to eat it. It's just, your whole face. You need a shower after eating tacos. Your whole bloody face is covered in sauce.
Is there a way to contact YouTube?
Team YouTube on Twitter is probably the best way. You usually get an answer from them.
Usually, who goes on? If you go on Twitter, I think you can get a hold of YouTube.
Yeah.
Or you click in, or you type in on YouTube, why are my comments turned off, and people show you videos why and how to get back to them.
Now, I don't know if you heard what David said earlier, but if you selected that your video was for children, that automatically turns the comments off.
Yeah.
Might want to check that just to see
Or
if
if
that's
it's not checked at all, it's probably why too. Like you gotta check. No, not for kids. Hey, Papa Doc, how you doing? FPV, long time no see. Kim Fife trimmed his mustache yesterday.
Oh, Kim too.
Yeah, Kim Fife. Yeah.
King Five, yeah.
Yeah, time of the year, I guess.
In Louisiana, it's y'all tube.
Yeah, too.
Well, that's why Drone 658 it switches the comments off.
Chalk one solution for Desmond's Donders. Check.
I only know that because my friend did it the other day.
Oh, okay, good. Well, it's good to know these things.
Yeah, I wanted to comment on the video, but it was one of her. She does daily vlogs, but she also every now and again does. She does childcare. At the moment, she can't. She doesn't see all her kids, just the key worker ones. So she does a story for them on a Sunday, and I knew she was going to be doing something last week, and I wanted to comment, and then I went in. Comments are off.
Yo, Johnny Drone Flyer, you want to put the link into your channel in the chat so Fly Before You Die can subscribe to your channel? Because it's not easy sometimes. I find them on YouTube, the channels. Okay, Johnny, thank you. Papa Doc, I hope you're doing good. I hope you guys are going to be able to go flying today. I know one day I'm going to go and open all my windows in my car later.
Come on, machine.
Because it's going to be way, way blistering hot in there.
I'm gonna hide in the shade for the next 2 days. That's what I'm doing.
He's got the temperature right here, but it's the beauty of it is outside. There's a nice wind blowing.
Yeah.
Well, good day. Good day, Paul.
Hello,
Andre.
hello.
Hey, Richard, how you doing?
Hey, good. How's everybody doing?
Not bad.
All right.
Oh, Paul, how you been doing?
I was up at 3 o'clock this morning and fired up the computers and then thought twice about it.
I was awake. I looked for you. I actually checked my email at 3:30 this morning.
Oh, I was up at 3 o'clock and hurting and but dog tired and decided, nah, and I shut all the computers.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Okay, Richard. You shut off all the computers after that?
Yeah. I thought, well, hell, nobody's up this time of the morning, the day after Memorial Day. Nah.
Except us Canadians that didn't have Memorial Day. Feeling better?
Tired.
Tired, yeah.
Tired in general, you know?
Yep, I feel you.
I see David is bright-eyed and bushy-tailed over there across the pond.
Must be the lighting on my glasses. Oh, dear.
So, Hugh, did you get any flying in yesterday?
Too windy.
No.
Oh,
David
sorry.
been too windy, and Hugh, you did not.
I did not. Yard work.
Yeah,
Well,
I saw your comment on my flight, my aerial tour. Thank you very much. Very kind. I tell you what, the more I fly it, other than the fact I can't use my crystal sky, It is by far the best purchase of a drone I've ever made.
Hey, that's all right.
Just does everything you want it to. Stable, responsive, even at great distance. You know, it just is fantastic. In fact, I'm sure that people that don't really want to buy one are thinking, it can't be that good. But I'm telling you, as most of the guys in the panel can tell you, I've owned and flown just about everything on the face of the earth.
Mhm.
Doesn't have any of them, from even my commercial drones on down, none of them hold a candle.
That's awesome.
That's good. That's good. JSK Enterprises, check out Johnny Drone Flyer. He just put the link in. Fly before you die. You got the link. Okay. This channel.
Papa
Nice.
Doc, how you doing?
Got to refill my coffee. My Tim Hortons is done. I love to tease Roger.
I still got more donuts from Tim Hortons.
Yeah, he does. That drove Val crazy last night.
Yeah.
David, you probably missed it because you were probably in bed, but Val was on Roger's Late Show last night, and he pulled out a great big thing of Tim Hortons donuts and proceeded to eat them in front of Val. She just about had a fit.
Oh, dear. No, I went off about 11:30. I left your stream last night, and then that was me. It was bedtime. I'd had my marching orders.
Well, 5 hours difference. We got to remember that, you know.
Well, it was 11:30. It's very rarely I'm up past 11:45 these days.
Yeah. See, Roger didn't go on for his late night show until what, about 8 o'clock Eastern? Okay, so that would have made that 5 hours. That'd be 1 a.m. for you.
Yeah.
It's a bit early.
Yeah. So, Rich, how you doing?
Good, thank you. And everyone else?
Hanging in.
Doing fine. Good. Fine.
Good. For those of us living in the US of A, how was the Memorial Day weekend?
Hot here.
Yeah.
It was not. We set a record 94 yesterday.
Wow.
And,
wow, that's toasty.
Oh, and humid. It wasn't just, the thing of it is, and I understand it because I used to tease all the guys from Arizona. They say, "Oh, it's a different kind of heat because it's like standing in front of an oven," But it is a different kind of heat here in the Northeast or the northern part because it usually is accompanied with a whole lot of humidity.
Hey guys, give me a second. I want to screen share something.
Okay,
guys, I just want to show you.
Is it another turkey?
No, I just want to show you an example, guys. See now, this is JDS's channel, and it says I'm not subscribed. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you another thing. I'll take that out. Come on. Now I'm going to go on his channel, and you're going to see that.
You're not sharing anymore,
I know. And you see, I went on his channel. I am subscribed.
It's still black, Roger.
Okay.
It's loading.
It's loading up.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so hang on.
So I am subscribed.
Okay, so when you navigate to his channel manually, but you're logged in properly, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Into YouTube.
Yep.
So is it possible that, like, are you using two different browsers or is it the same web browser?
What he's trying to point out is the fact that even Andrew was talking about it. If you hit that red thing to subscribe, you're actually unsubscribing from him.
Yeah.
So when you go over and check his channel, it says you're unsubscribed.
Yeah. YouTube has a glitch in it.
There's a problem. The only place to check the subscribe button now is the channel's homepage.
Yeah.
Homepage.
Yeah.
Because if you use that automatic subscribe, nope.
Yeah.
Wow.
Below a video or from a search in the search bar or anything like that, you're probably going to get a wrong result.
Yeah.
It's absolutely crazy.
Thank you, YouTube.
Yeah, and that's the reason everybody's been complaining about losing subscribers. And everybody was commenting to Roger, I know I was subscribed and I keep having to resubscribe. Well, that's because they're doing it by the auto, not by going to his individual channel.
Corey Mano, yeah, I use Google Chrome. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Chrome user as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use between Firefox and Chrome are the two browsers.
Yeah.
Internet Explorer, if you're still using it, is pretty much useless.
It pretty much always was.
Yeah. And then Microsoft Edge, if you're a Windows user. So, if you love Windows, don't shoot me. I also have to support it. But Edge is beyond ridiculous.
No, Corey Mano, there's no add-ons. It's been like that for the past couple of months. Andrew did his show about it yesterday.
If you want to get in detail, you go to Andrew's Pusa yesterday.
Back, Roxy was going. I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right.
It's been doing it since probably October, if not before.
Yeah. And that's the reason that when you go look at your analytics, you see, why am I losing these people?
JSK, yes. Go to the actual per channels page where you see the banner and all the stuff and all their videos and playlists and what have you.
My general rule of thumb, David, is never hit a red box that says subscribe. Because even on their channel, it isn't a red box. It's just subscribe or unsubscribe.
Yeah.
So
red box is like a red flag.
Okay. So the tip is go directly to that person's channel, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Search on them however you like, but when you find them, go to the channel page.
Yep.
And that's the best way.
Did Pusa talk about when YouTube is fixing this? Is there an ETA or something?
There's double talk coming out of them. They the only thing that they will admit, they are aware of the problem and they are working on it.
Ooh. Given how much ad revenue YouTube generates, right? Multi-billions of dollars. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, Rich. I got to believe that the advertisers are getting the straight scoop, and they'll make sure that they get the straight scoop of their analytics. Yeah. But the rest of us, hell, we're just sheep.
Yeah, but if you're a big YouTuber and you've got, a decent amount of subscribers, and I'm not talking the creme of the crop, I'm just talking, your average, decent number of subscribers. And if your channel's monetized, the last thing YouTube wants to do is lose revenue streams for their advertisers, right?
Yeah. Although, if we wanted to be conspiratorial, what kind of control does that give YouTube to direct where they want to put the prime advertising dollars that they're getting anyway onto whom's channels?
Oh, I'm sure it's not.
In other words, like somebody in a control room could say, "Oh yeah, well, okay, but this one, we're going to make sure this one's." But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the algorithm is massaged on a regular basis. And you know what? It's the same thing with Google. It's the same thing with Facebook. Any social media platform, even I find Twitter and Instagram. You'll get suggestions, and they're centered around your interests, and you're like, and sometimes the oddball one comes up, and you're like, why am I getting this?
Well, one thing I know that there's one platform that you will never get any kind of a hassle out of, and that is Flip-Flop, because it just doesn't have the problems.
What's Flip-Flop?
That's it. You got it. That's it.
Sorry, did I miss something?
There is no such thing as
Oh,
flip
okay.
flop. I keep telling somebody that's much smarter than I am to develop flip flop because instead of TikTok, you know.
Well, here's the bottom line: unless, like anything you develop, you have to, at some point, it gets big enough that it becomes too big for one or a few individuals to maintain, right?
Yeah.
And then you have to hire on more people. So unless you can get these people to do it and donate their time for free, at some point in time, you're going to get a lot of inconsistency with support. So you'd rather pay people to help support a platform, especially if it's become popular and it's growing, than just have this
Well,
randomized.
I would agree, Rich, but I think the hardest thing those platforms have to do is when they hire and pay people. How do they know that there's not a little Dr. Evil in all of it? You
know? I'm sure the algorithm knows.
I like to say, Corey Mano, hi, Roland, Papa Doc FPV, Neil, Fly Before You Die, Food Forest, Hadley's Famous. How you doing, Hadley? Roland?
Hadley's got to be burning up, Roger.
Pardon?
Hadley's got to be burning up. I heard it was like 110 out there.
Wow.
It's going to be almost like that today.
Yeah.
And I'm living in a townhouse kind of complex, right? Where it's a row of townhomes and in a little community. And today, the cooperative decided that, well, actually, as of Monday, the other day, they decided to, because they had to, close off all our decks. So those that have a deck that you walk out onto, not a patio, but a deck, and those that have raised decks, they were no longer meeting code for safety. So about last fall, they boarded up all the access to them. So we have this big board across our sliding glass doors. It's been like that since the fall. And they're finally getting to it today, and thankfully, and they literally just tore out all the decks in one swoop. They had I wasn't here the other day, but I was up at the trailer up in Tobermory, but they literally came in here. They have a whole crew out there today. I don't know, you might be able to hear the occasional beep, beep, beep in the background. And that's all the trucks out the front. And they're literally, it's like a bunch of ants. It's crazy. It's so well organized. I'm amazed. And they have all the decks torn out, and they'll be putting in new decks, and they've prefabricated some of the bases because they already knew what kind of dimensions they were working with. And yeah, probably by the end of this week, I'll have a deck again. I'm pretty excited.
Nice. Okay, John 658, you got your comments back now? Good. I'm very happy for you. Has anyone wanted to just fly from their vehicle? Nah, not me. I'd rather be out.
I know a lot of guys do. They actually will sit in their air-conditioned car and fly and whatever. But to me, I'm sitting in a metal box with glass, hoping that it doesn't create an issue. You know?
Yeah, and that's a great topic of conversation because I've often thought about it myself. And some people have pickup trucks, so you sit up higher and you got a bigger window. Other people's have small compact cars.
Yeah.
And some people may have a sunroof, some people may not. And I've often thought about it, if you wanted to stay in air-conditioned comfort, it's really hot out, or you want to sit in your car because there's a bunch of mosquitoes out there that are just looking at you like lunch, or it's just cold. How effective is it flying from a vehicle? Now, I see a lot of people doing it on different YouTube channels, but I wonder if they ever have weird connection issues.
Yeah, it would be interesting if somebody were to do a test of inside a vehicle running versus standing 20 feet away and flying the same pattern, distance, breakup, and everything, and see is there, because in my mind, which isn't a big mind, but in my mind, I would think that motors running, electronics running, air conditioning, all those motors and all that stuff going on, it's got to somehow affect your connection.
Check what Hadley just wrote down there in the
I'll
chat.
be back in a minute. There's something going on outside.
He made a video. He installed the FPV into your vehicle. Okay. How to install FPV.
I think the main problem you're going to get into is if you're sitting in your car with the transmitter, the shell of your vehicle, that metallic enclosure, even though there's gaps in it, is going to attenuate the signal.
Yeah, I would imagine like if all of a sudden your main line of signal is the post, let's say on your windshield is it passes by, is it gonna, you know, create an issue? And if at any kind of a distance, you know how our signal cones like this. Well, if that's being blocked, that signal gets bigger and bigger and bigger being blocked. You know.
But Hadley, Hadley says check out his link, his video. But don't forget, Hadley, that's for FPV. It's not like for DJI flyers.
Yeah, like your transmission system is going to be a little different, right?
Yeah.
Like I would imagine that if you have OcuSync, that with the multi-path switching between the different frequencies, you're probably going to get a better result.
Yeah.
However, you know, I agree with Paul. There's got to be and Hugh, that there's got to be some interference, you know, happening, because you're sitting in this metal shell, and especially if you got the engine running, then you got an alternator that's operating. And even if you're in a hybrid car and it sits quietly for a while before the engine has to kick on, you still have electronics that are running and all of that. So yeah, but yet I see people doing it.
I see them do it all the time too. Yep.
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
Like, so Hadley just said, you have to watch the video. He has all antennas outside the car.
Yeah.
So that's the propagation.
But that's FPV
that's right.
again, right?
Yeah, again, FPV, sure.
Yeah, well, you know, if you put up an FPV base station outside your car, you're actually eliminating whatever situation you're having with the car, because now you're going from the car to the base station to your drone, which I could see would be 1,000 times better than somebody sitting in their car, no external help or whatever, and transmitting out to a drone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be cool if there was, and maybe those that are flying FPV would know this better than I do, from a radio point of view. But I'm looking at more of the DJI drones and the camera drones, as opposed to just FPV, because with FPV you're in control of a lot more, right? I mean, most people build their own FPV. They use Betaflight, they tune it, they understand they have a deeper understanding of frequencies and all of this stuff as it relates to the hobby, because they're building these kits from the ground up, and they need to tune them, and they need to understand all these things. And especially if you're doing distance flying with the FPV, then now your radio knowledge is increased, because you got to understand, okay, what kind of equipment do I need to get maximum range, good transmission, and all of this. But for us that buy an out of the box, like a DJI product, for example, and I'll just use them because they're a big brand. Is there a way that you can amplify the signal if you had something sitting on a tripod, let's say beside your vehicle, that would help amplify that signal to the drone?
You see, look what Hadley's writing down there. He's last comment. He'll be doing a video setting up an Autel Evo. Okay.
JSK pretty much is saying exactly what you're talking about, Rich. He tried, but got too much interference with his Mavic Air, which is Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Couldn't get 100 feet.
Yeah. And Hadley's famous FPV says, if you upgrade your antennas to be attached externally, you can do it with any RC link.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But then again, you're modifying now.
You're modifying. Yep. And Hadley's, you know, I trust Justin. He knows what he's talking about. But as an FPV guy, he's a go gadget kind of guy anyway. You know, we'll snip this, we'll make that, we'll do. And that's just not who I am, you know?
Yeah. Well, it would be really cool if somebody can come up with an out-of-the-box solution, right?
Yep. Where on a tripod, just set it up, turn it on, power it up.
Yeah. And now the closest thing to you now is between your controller and you're sitting in the car.
So essentially
this external. Yeah, it's like a repeater,
Yeah.
right? And then it now connects that signal.
And it would be smart enough to be zeroed in onto your frequencies and your connection and all of that, you know.
But if you're using OcuSync, then it would have to work with that multipath
OcuSync,
switching,
yeah.
which is if you just had like a 2.4 or 5.8 gigahertz signal alone, then you could probably alternate between the two. But with the multipath switching, I don't know, you'd have to have something that could keep up with that, right?
Paul, you're missing a ship.
I know. I miss them all day long. But if you notice, when you look at this, see how it's a little bit hazy? It is hazy down there.
Yeah.
Because of the heat overnight. We never got below 72 degrees all night long.
Yeah, here too.
And so, I mean, even that'd be a great shot.
Yeah.
It's just, in general, it's a hazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just catching up with the chat here. Hadley's famous FPV. I'll be doing a video on how to get set up on my Altair Evo. I'm really looking forward to seeing that, because I'm really curious as to how you can maximize, you know, something like that, your signal. And it's not necessarily for, in my situation. Ideally, I like to fly line of sight, but there are some situations where, like, for example, if I'm in the middle of nowhere, I may go a little beyond that, just to be able to capture something really cool. Like, for example, next weekend, I'm going to be going back up to Tobermory on the weekend, and in a certain part on the Georgian Bay, their side, there's a lighthouse. Now, unfortunately, you can't access it now because all of these places are closed to the public, right? But I've already checked the airspace, and I can fly safely around it, except it will not be in line of sight, which is, you know, that gray area, right? And a lot of the flying will be done over water. So there's going to be some inherent risks there. As long as the weather's good, I'm getting good satellites and good signal. I went out to that location on Saturday, and unfortunately, or was it Sunday? My days are getting blurred now. This working from home stuff is crazy. But I think it was Sunday. Today's Tuesday. Sunday, it rained. Or did it rain? Yes, it did. Okay. Wow. Anyways, and it was extreme cloud cover. So I could barely get a cell signal, let alone satellites.
Yeah.
So I just said, no, I'm not going to take the Mavic Air 2 out, and then it's just going to lose. I'm just going to lose it somewhere over the water.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing too is, Rich, in that same vein of information, is it all falls back on the experience of the flyer. Because let's say you're out flying flat level, nothing no obstructions, no trees, no anything or whatever, fine and dandy. But if you get out west or even up north where you are, where you got ravines, you got hills, you got valleys, you got all that kind of stuff, you have to remember in your mind that you're not over that small mountain. You're not going to go down and get that shot right on that moose or whatever, because as soon as you go over that, it's game over.
That's right. Exactly.
Fly Before You Die, he's leaving right now. He wrote a couple of comments in there, and I know you guys didn't read them yet, so you got to go up on the chat. And Hadley said he sold his product to Hitachi. Coming up.
A UAV Max antenna upgrade. MAXX. Huh. Cool.
And, Hadley Famous wrote down. His name is Justin, by the way, Richard.
Okay.
Hitachi bought my HD system design. You will see the system when the new laws come out. It hangs off the back of the seat.
Wow. Okay. Very cool.
Well, that's me had my excitement for the week. There was a big crash and a bang and a scream outside, so I had to go and see what was going on.
Okay.
As some young lads just driven his car into the lamppost up the street.
Oh, okay.
I wish
Because the lamppost jumped out at him.
I wish he could have done it to mine, because that lampost's right in front of my bedroom.
Check out that link, Paul, at the,
Yep, I'm just looking at it now.
okay. I'm gonna look at it too there. I just had to bring up another page here.
Phantom floor 4, yep. It doesn't really, I suppose I could inquire and get some more info, but I'm not seeing the kind of connectors that I would need for, other than it looks like it's some kind of a screw-on connector. Is that to power it up or what?
That's for the Phantom 4. Yeah.
It says it's for Sparks and Mavic Pros
Yeah.
and all sorts.
I'm just wondering about the power connection. It almost looks like some kind of a screw-on connection.
Well, no, to me it looks as though it's unpowered. It's just an extension lead, basically.
Yes, you're right. It looks like, yeah, but what is it plugged?
Almost looks like coax connectors on the
Yeah,
end of it.
yeah. It looks
Yeah,
like
you know what?
connectors.
We'll have to watch the video there, because there's a video. I think it's the same thing below it, right?
Right. Yep.
Yeah,
Have a look at that later.
There you go, guys. It already
absolutely.
exists.
Yeah.
But I've used those kind of things for mobile phone extensions, and yeah, they work, but they're not brilliant. You need a bit more. I'd suggest a little preamplifier unit in the.
That's
Yeah,
It
what
it's
almost
like-
looks like, by the pictures, well, because you can unscrew the antennas, right?
Yeah, that's
What
it.
he's done, what you're doing is you're screwing the antennas off the controller, you're screwing them on this thing that sits on the top of your vehicle, and then you're running the leads down to where your antennas would screw on.
Yeah.
So essentially you're eliminating the barrier of your vehicle and just allowing the signal to be free
But
to
at
be able
that
to connect
frequency,
properly.
At the frequencies that the drones operate, the cable would have to be really high quality, and that would really bump up the price. But
Yeah.
a little low noise preamp at the on the receive side, and a nice little amplifier at that frequency could be run off 5 volts reasonably easy. So it would be possible to rig something up to do it properly. And then your cable doesn't matter so much, because you're getting a consistent level signal. And if
Yeah,
it's
and David, I don't see any power supply to that unit.
no.
So is the controller supplying the power?
No, the
for
controller.
that?
To me that looks like a dot. I'd need to look at the video and look at it more, but it looks like just an aerial extension, if you like.
Yeah.
Just like an antenna.
Yeah.
But it has to be drawing milliwatts just to run that a further distance from the antenna, right?
Not necessarily.
Something's got to go down that cable. Some kind
Well,
of
it's
the normal
1.
power. The normal power for it that would normally go out to your antennas
yeah.
will now go along the cable to your antennas. That's what that looks like.
And by extending the cables, though, it does take a minuscule amount
There will be losses.
every
they can be quite significant losses at that frequency, depending on the cable.
right.
Yeah. So you're right. The cable quality is going to be key.
Yeah.
Right. Interesting. Well, certainly something to look into. But however, now when you're dealing with, like, let's say the Mavic Air 2, you really don't have antennas that can screw on and off, right?
Yes, exactly. I don't have them on mine anymore.
Yeah. So for some it would work. For others, you'd have to modify your controller
Yeah.
in order to be able to put these connections on and
Yeah.
wire in
Yeah.
the ability to screw antennas on and off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Corey didn't Corey use some kind of a ground station
Yeah.
at your place last year during Roger Palooza?
Yeah, he did. But see, read what he said now is what Corey Mano just wrote down there. and what Hadley wrote down too there, guys.
It's not a receiver signal, not transmitter. You get power from the drone. Okay.
Well, that's not necessary, and I understand what he's trying to say. However, the transmitter in the control unit itself that sends the control signals will degrade over length of cable.
Yeah. Yeah, Hadley's famous FPV said I had to take the transmitter apart and put SMA connections on it. So yeah, I had to do a little bit of modification. But you know what? Here's the bottom line. Let's say you've got an older drone, right? I mean, let's look at the Spark. Let's look at the Air now, the original Air. And if you've got an older drone, and you know you really don't have any warranty left on it anymore, it's worth.
And if you like to, and if you like to tinker, in my case, it's like.
Paul, you're a plug and play kind of guy.
If I even try to take a screwdriver or something to a drone, I get electrified. You know.
I just wrote down something there.
The next live stream, we see Paul with a permanent.
Yeah. So he was looking at the video, and they took the antennas off the remote.
Yeah.
With the connectors.
Well, you know, Roger, basically that's what the the second Mini that you got has. Yeah. It has connectors on the controller.
Yeah, he replaced them.
He modified it for better antennas.
Yeah.
And that system then would plug right in to that controller.
Yeah, it would. Yeah. Yeah, that would for sure.
Yeah. So I had the Mavic Mini flying. I was just doing some low level flying through my campground, and like there's hardly anyone there. It's just the seasonal campers because of all that's going on today with you know what. They've limited the campgrounds in Ontario to say, okay, and it depends on the campground. Ours is a privately owned one. So they'll turn around and they said, okay, only the seasonal campers can come up. Right now you have to maintain social distancing. They had to sign off on all this paperwork and then email it back to them just to make sure we read it and understand what the guidelines are and everything. But I was flying my Mavic Mini in the park and low level flying. There was nobody, like hardly anyone around. I made sure that, you know, there was no one in the way. And then I decided to kind of come up through this clearing and did some slow turns just to kind of pan over the trees and stuff. And you can see Miller Lake in the distance and stuff. And over to my right, I hear somebody in their camper or trailer saying, "What's that sound? What's that buzzing sound?" And I went, "Uh-oh. Yeah, I guess I better bring this thing back and just kind of get out of the way because, you know, I'm going to have one of those folks soon up in my face going, 'What are you doing? And are you allowed to do that?' And blah, 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 blah." So that brings me to this point. It's getting tougher for us drone enthusiasts to go out flying today because of the public perception that's out there about drones. I'm automatically, if you're flying in an area where there might be some residential and you're not even pointed in that direction, you're very much likely to get someone approaching you and saying, "You're not taking pictures of my property, are you? You're not doing this or that, are you?" I mean, people are so paranoid, and maybe for some good reason, but you know, it's become so blown out of proportion now that, you know, everybody's like just all this social media and news nonsense about drones doing this and doing that and everything else. I tell you, it's frustrating for us drone enthusiasts who are just going out there trying to get a specific shot, or you want to get up and do some flying and make sure your drone's operating properly. You're not out there to film somebody in their backyard with their Speedo on barbecuing. You know, like, yeah, it's just frustrating.
I must admit, my neighbor is building some kind of structure 2 houses over. So I threw the drone up yesterday and took a picture of the neighborhood just so I could see what was going on over there. I was curious. And, I mean, I could walk by. I'm not seeing much more. I'm not like looking into his house or anything, but
No?
just something in the backyard,
No?
And I know what he's building. So I guess I got a little peepee yesterday.
And that's why I'm trying to find more places like what's behind me to go flying. Number one, it's more scenic. Everyone's I'm flying in the city. I'm doing this or I'm doing that. I think what Paul's doing is so cool because he's been so consistent with it, and he gets some amazing shots of these ships. I mean, it's like eye candy. It's like, even if you're not into ships, you just sit there and you relax and you go, that's pretty cool, and you go, okay, I got to see the next. Oh, let me check out this one, where you see people flying in cityscapes and stuff like that, and some are cool, but it's the same old, right? And it gets tougher and tougher. You got to go further out of the city unless you're living in a situation where you have lots of property, you have a big backyard, so to speak, or your neighbor's a farmer and you're good buddies, and it's like, hey, no worries, you can come and fly over my property anytime, right? So it's getting a little tougher.
I'm getting to be something of a ship spotter now, I'm afraid, Paul.
Oh, yeah?
I'm going to ask you about that one this morning. The one with the clean decks. Had very little. There was no pipe work or cranes or anything on the decks. There was just the one.
Yeah, it's a bulk carrier. Usually hauls either coal or iron ore, or not very often grain. But yeah, they're just a bulk carrier, and each one of those hatches, wherever they put in, they have these great big things. They go down in there and suck it all out.
Right.
Okay, Papa Doc, you take care. Have a good one.
I usually see them with the decks that clear. That's all.
Yep.
RSDT 24 North. Thank you for coming in. Long time no see. Hope you're doing good. Everybody, don't forget, check out everybody's channels. Make sure you got everybody. Just got some tattoos and a couple of piercings. Nobody gonna bother you. Yeah, true, Roland.
No, I'm considering one of those vests they were showing on
Valsa last night.
With a licensed drone operator, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I like to wear my Viking helmet and hold my axe while I'm flying my drone. Nobody bothers me.
Hold your what?
My axe.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you were.
Yeah. I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah, I had an interesting thing happen to me during the Edgar B. Spear Downbound, the one you're talking about. When I was editing, lo and behold, flying kind of radically is another drone in the shot.
Wow.
I have to go back and have another look at that.
And I'm flying slow and whatever, and it's on the downbound portion where all of a sudden it's like, here's this drone. It's like, oh my gosh, Fact, let me
all right, gentlemen, I gotta slip out for about a 15-minute work meeting, and I'll be back. So
no problem. You gotta make your bucks.
Yeah, I gotta pay for the hobby somehow, right? It ain't gonna be through YouTube anytime soon.
Hey, Rodney Bell, good morning. You can't say, but I say good morning. Well, thank you so much, Rodney, for popping in. I know you're at work.
I always get dizzy when Paul's moving and then the camera operator starts swinging the camera, I see both things moving at the same time. Like, whoa. It's really
Hey,
trippy.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you the close-up shots of
Sure it wasn't Brent Arios flying around that ship same time as you were?
could be.
I haven't seen Brent this morning. Oh, Paul, wait, did you take your meds this morning?
There it is.
I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that.
Oh, there we go. Whose drone is that?
I have not a clue.
It's not yours?
Oh,
No.
Oh, or in the side of it.
What is it?
The drone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
It looks to me like either a Mini, or it could be the same thing I'm flying, a Mavic Air 2.
So that's in the same time you're flying? Like that's your video?
Yeah, what happened was is I was editing the video and it was coming towards, and all of a sudden I see this, and it wasn't a bird, and so I slowed it down, stopped it, and started taking pictures. And
It looks like it's over the deck, right?
yeah, Paul, is he over the deck or is he in the side of the boat?
That's what I can't tell. It looks to me like he was over the ship, which is like a big no-no.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
It'd be funny if he lost connection and the drone hit the bridge and then landed on the ship and then no more drone off to Japan or somewhere.
Exactly. And what I'll show you, I'm going to edit this. This is the full size shot, but let me get it down to where what you would see in the other.
Okay, Rodney Bell, you have a good day too. You be safe now.
Have a good one, buddy.
Thanks for coming in.
Lighten it up just a little bit. Okay. Save.
I missed Dennis's sunrise this morning.
Did he do one of this today?
Yeah, he did one this morning.
Okay, here's the full length shot of the ship.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
There's the drone right there.
Okay.
If he's not over that ship, he's damn well close to being
Close.
over.
Yeah.
And
You know,
it's
it's
just,
funny, you know, like you look at the chat on the ship cam and a lot of people are talking about the drone flying around there and everything. So some of the people might just wake up and get a drone, go and try it.
well, yeah, and that's exactly what I think is going on. But
JSK Enterprise. He says it looks like a Mavic Air to him.
well, it's gray. All I'm seeing is the rear end of it. But let me see. That was the Edgar B. Spears. I don't know if it'll. Let me pull up.
Hey, JSK, give me your first name again. I keep on forgetting. Is it Jason? I can't remember. I know you told me the other day. You told everybody the other day in the chat.
Now this is probably going to be a little glitchy because I can't hit those boxes anymore.
No, Adam Brogan says it might be a guy on the ship too flying.
Now
around.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to advance it down to where the second round is, and this is where I saw it when I get around about over in here. I don't see it now, but see it come from the left to the right. It comes from over here, comes to here. See how he's like wobbling around? And
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to start watching that for not get hit by another drone there, Paul.
oh, exactly. And I'll play it again. Watch over here. There he comes. Wobble, wobble, wobble.
Oh yeah. Wow.
And until I was editing, I never saw that.
Spotted it, yeah.
It'd be interesting if that ADSB talked drone to drone to say, hey, there's a drone here.
Okay. Okay, Leonard. I thought it was that. I just didn't want to say it, but I thought it was that, Leonard. Yeah. Yeah. It's the same name as my uncle. I remember. Okay. I was going to say Leonard, but I'd say I'll hold back.
But I thought that was scary when I first saw it because I thought, what the heck is that?
Yeah. Yeah, now you're gonna have to watch out very carefully now. Especially
Yeah.
this guy's probably not a 100% hobbyist, you know what I mean? Oh, look, I can fly.
Yeah. Well, I ran into a guy like that down there, a couple of doors down. He says, "Oh, you're gonna fly?" I said, "Yeah." He says, "I always fly all the time." And he put his drone up while I was waiting for the ship to come around the bend.
Yeah.
And his version of flying was like,
okay.
and it's like I'm going, oh my god. Yeah, either he doesn't have the touch for the sticks, or he needs to go out in a big field and practice some more.
Yep, that's for sure.
Well,
What
Blind
the heck
Neil's
was-
calling you out, Paul.
What was that horn?
I don't know.
Did you hear it?
Yeah,
It's like an air horn going.
sound like a truck.
Yeah. You're not getting some big delivery there, Roger. You're not telling us about it, are you?
Hey, all right.
So you still waiting for any
Oh, yeah.
packages, Roger?
Roger's always waiting for packages.
If I was a big truck coming in, I'd probably be more for moving, try and get a better internet service somewhere.
You get all your cables?
Not yet.
Not quite yet.
Not yet. There's somewhere between Mushan, China, and Roger.
Good Lord.
The one I ordered the other day for Kim, I got it, but it doesn't work.
Well, Kim's supposed to get a delivery today too.
Oh yeah, true, yeah.
So you might want to keep an eye on that camera, because who knows with the way things are going, they'll just throw that box up there or something.
I got cameras on all the time now. I'm looking at my mailman went straight by, so. But that's delivered by a private company.
Yeah. Who another all these private companies keep popping up. I've never heard of half of them. Like I'm gonna look and see what the name of this one is. Amazon CA.
Well, it's up to 24 degrees in the house now, Celsius.
Okay, so it says arriving today, out for delivery.
Yep.
Track the package. But I've never heard of delivery by Intelcom Courier Canada.
Yeah, those are the ones that took over the for FedEx and UPS.
So FedEx isn't around anymore in your area?
Yeah, they're around, but they're letting go of Amazon a little bit, so it's up to private companies now.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay, cool.
Oh, today, great.
Then he'll be able to fly his Mini out for delivery. Drummondville at 8:29 this morning.
Yeah, Kim, if you're in the chat, start charging your batteries up. He's gonna have to program that tablet and everything. Yeah. Yeah, Corey Mann was the same thing in Telecom there in Ottawa. Yes, girl. You want to come in? Okay. Hot out there now, eh?
What's our little Roxy doing anyway?
Trying to get out of the sun by the sound of it.
I just filled up her 2 water bowls there, fresh water. So
She loves to hang out there at the old watering hole, doesn't she?
yeah. It's doing 29 down there, Blind Neil. Okay.
75 here at 9:50 in the morning.
Yeah. Well, we're supposed to hit 34 Celsius, so
Ah, this cracks me up. I'm going to share this. You guys, it's like, how did we ever get so opulent, you know?
What the?
A robotic pool cleaner
It's kind of cool.
for $3,091 US.
Holy. Wow.
You know who's probably got one of those? Drake. I just saw his 50,000 square foot mansion yesterday. He went for his swim in his pool for the first time this summer.
Yeah.
50,000 square feet
Ugh.
in Toronto, I think, or somewhere around there.
How can you justify that, you know?
It's just living the gangster life, man.
Yeah.
There you go. Had
Oh,
me
cool.
turning over control to his car.
$21 Celsius over there, John. Okay, John 658. Yeah, handy. Yeah, my Mazda.
Cool.
Well, it says it's 18 degrees here, but it's warmer than it was the other day, and it was over 18 the other day.
I just turned my ceiling fan on.
That's what I got to go down and Lynn doesn't know it yet, but I got to go down and figure out how I'm going to hang a ceiling fan on her deck.
Okay.
She had it covered,
Yeah.
and I think, because I've got a brand new ceiling fan in the box in the garage that I've never opened.
Okay.
I figured that'd be nice on her deck, you know.
Yeah.
But knowing her, because she goes out, that's where she goes out and smokes, okay? And she goes out there all time of the day or night, goes out there. And it's like, I says, well, why don't we just get a bunch of, like I did with my hot tub. I put my hot tub room, I put sliding glass doors all the way around it.
Check the chat out, Paul.
You got caught, Paul.
Lenny, I've already called Nick. We're going to get it done.
You got caught. Good morning, Lynn.
Oh, I look at the red face too.
Yeah.
Lenny, just trust me, honey. Just trust me.
Everybody, check out everybody's channels. Make sure you got them supported, guys. And don't forget to hit that like button.
Well, I dropped down the list, didn't I? She says, hi, David, Roger, Hugh, and Paul.
And Paul.
Morning, Lynn.
Lenny,
gotta
that
show you
doesn't
guys
lead to trouble. It's going to be easy. We'll just.
You want to see something weird? I got to show you guys this. Okay, so I'm going to share my desktop just for a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I go to Lynn and I type @ly, let me do this again. @ly. Look what it comes up with. Do you guys see that? Her name, and then it says love you. I guess there's LY is a shortcut for love you.
I'm seeing an advert for a battery. Hang on.
Oh, okay, sorry. Anyway, basically, anytime I go to type Lynn's name, my computer thinks I'm trying to say love you, and it almost types that a few times. So Lynn, if I ever say love you, my apologies, it's my computer.
That's them young people talk.
That's
Yeah.
not on my computer.
Like SMH and
Exactly.
LOL.
Exactly. And my computer automatically like tries to change it.
Yeah.
Well, that's because you got a hip computer, see.
I know. So Lynn, if you ever think I'm flirting, I apologize. It's not me, it's the computer.
That's the first time I see that, though. That's a Mac computer you got, right?
Yeah.
Ah,
There's probably a setting to turn it off or something.
Well, Apple is out in California, you hippie, you.
Well, I just did a quick Google to see what SMH meant. And I guess my computer's not hip because it said Sydney Morning Herald. And then eventually it gave the other meaning.
Shake my head, yep.
Yeah.
Oh, shake my head. I didn't know that one.
Yeah, in other words, like if somebody says something and you just reply with a SMH, it's like you're going like this, you know.
I didn't know that, Paul. So you're hipper than I am.
hey, Richard, you still got a job?
Oh yeah, yeah. We were actually sitting there all in the Microsoft Teams meeting. There's seven of us in our group, and we're waiting for the ringleader. And he was a little late this morning. And then he said, "I've only got 2 minutes. I got to go to another meeting." We're like, "Okay." Anything new? Nope.
Bye.
Yep. Bye. I like those meetings.
Yeah, I like those meetings. Perfect. I used to have to go to a meeting with a project manager who wasn't happy unless, as part of the meeting, they'd arranged at least 2 other meetings.
Oh my.
Yeah.
They live for meetings. We've dealt with some project managers that are just like that. They just granulize. Like if you could dissect a grain of rice, they would have dissected it in about 8 sections and made a meeting for every section.
Yeah.
I was like, really? Like, are you just trying to justify your job here? Because this is what it's looking like.
I did a Dilbert on them once. We were doing some contract work for one of the oil companies, and they were at this oil company, but they were contractors as well. And my boss said, I need a weekly report on what you're doing. And I just put down what for sort of every afternoon meeting. And he said, you have to put what the meetings are about. And I said, you don't want me to, Bill. You do not want me to. He said, no, you must, otherwise we can't justify that. Okay. Meeting about so-and-so. Meeting from previous meeting with so-and-so about, so, you know, just, it was continuously meetings generated. And he said, yeah, just put meeting in future, because if we pass that on to the client, they'll... But it was literally a meeting about everything. You couldn't do anything without having a meeting about it. And I was glad when that contract was over. It was a 6-month contract, and we could have done it in 2 months.
There's the shadow of the camera setup.
That looks like a whoopee cushion.
Actually, what they're looking for is they periodically there's a nest of peregrine falcons that are living up in the bridge. Every once in a while, they'll be on the edge of the building.
Okay.
And they're so funny because they can't figure out that thing, and plus it's inside that globe, you know. And they'll be looking at it and looking at it. I would imagine they probably can hear the sounds that it's making, you know?
Feel the heat coming in, guys. Woo. Starting to get sweaty.
Yeah, 75 here now. It's gone up another couple degrees. It's only 10 o'clock.
In my room, where I have my computer and my studio and whatnot, it's a small room, and I have to have the window closed right now because of all the construction traffic out the front. And you can probably barely hear it over the mic there, but if I had that window open, you'd be like, okay, Rich, mute. So I've got this fan blowing at me, and that's, thankfully it's still early in the morning. So
I think Mia got warm. She came back. She loves that magnetic in and out the door.
Yeah.
She came in and she laid down on her cushion on the floor, not up on the couch because it would be a little too warm. So she's laying down there.
Oh, she can open the door by herself now?
Well, it's a magnetic screen that Velcros around the doorway.
Okay.
And they just go through, and then it comes back and the magnets click again. So you don't get bugs or anything.
So you got a dog door?
Yeah, well,
it's a people door too.
It's a people door too. I can go through it.
Oh, it's like full sized.
Full size the door. Yep.
Oh,
We use one of those on the RV in the summer.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to get one like that actually for our front door. But I want to figure out a way that I can put something on the bottom half of it. Maybe like even I was thinking just looking on a buy and sell for like a baby gate type of thing. So I want to have, because I don't want to install a screen door, but I want something that's easy. So I was looking at one of those, but I also don't want the dogs just dashing out the door,
Right.
because they're not good that way. They would just like, ooh, hoo-hoo, freedom, ooh, I'll see you later.
Yeah.
So, you know, squirrel, chipmunk, gone.
You know what would be interesting, Rich, is you've seen those baby gates that are have the hex pattern and they got a screw through them so they fold, and that would be to design one that you could attach on this side, and then you would have a handle, lift it up, and it would fold up against itself against the doorway.
Okay.
And then you just pull it back down and it would block them off.
Yeah. Good idea. I'm going to have to do a bit of Amazoning, I think.
Yeah.
I was thinking of putting up a screen thing through here, but I don't know. Well, we don't get that strange animals on the balcony here, so we're not too bad.
Yeah, you wouldn't have a problem, I wouldn't think, Roger.
Yeah, you wouldn't want any squirrel going, ooh,
Yeah.
one of those screen doors.
Well, the problem is on the other side of the screen door is Roxy sitting there on her pad. She's sitting there waiting for the buffet to open.
She'll probably be too afraid to go through the screen thing anyway.
Who, Roxy? No.
Yeah.
They learn real quick. But now what Mia comes up there, puts her head down like this, opens it up, goes through, and it snaps behind her. She'll go in and get a drink of water, and then she goes back out and lays down.
That's brilliant.
You don't have to screw nothing in with those screens.
No,
right?
it's Velcro. You put the one set of Velcro around this, and then it Velcros. There's Velcro sewed to the screen door.
Okay.
And it's got the magnets are they're all the way up the center, but what they do is they're cut every so far so you can actually take and fold it up.
Okay.
Yeah, they fold down to next to nothing.
Yep.
In fact, when ours arrived in its bag, I thought they haven't sent the right one. They've sent a window one or something. But it was a huge thing. Yeah, it was door size.
The window ones. The window ones. If you got teenagers and you go up by the window at night, go see them.
Yeah, David, you said you use it for your trailer?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It's for the RV, for the motorhome. It's we've got one built in, but the ones they build in are the mesh is too wide and the midges get through. The small insects get through, so we use these screens that Paul's talking about, and they're really fine, and they do a good job. It keeps the breeze flowing through, but it stops the midges getting in and out.
I think that's a great idea. You guys got me interested, because now that we're on the cusp of this heat wave that everyone's more or less experiencing, I'm going to jump on Amazon. I'm going to check that out and see if I can order me up one of those and a baby gate. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Oh, look at that, eh? So fine. It's almost like looking through a window that's tinted.
Yep. Yeah. And it's it really is. And there's the dog goes in and out, or however you want to set it up.
That's cool.
And some people even push the sliding glass door over a little bit and put that up.
Oh, that's a great idea. That's like, I think what he was saying there is, no, this isn't for Roger.
That's awesome.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
There's the dog going.
Really cool.
That was so funny seeing that little tiny dog go.
Yep.
I need one for my garage doors. That would be incredible.
Yeah,
Like your overhead garage door?
Have the garage door up and then install one of those over the front of it so that when it's open, I've got a screen.
I don't know if
See,
would they have
that's
one wide enough.
That's for a bigger one because they come in sizes. And
Okay.
you put the sticky Velcro up there, and you do that. Then you start, and then you stick it on.
I'm liking that.
Yep. And if you want to take it off, it just comes off the Velcro.
Magzo, huh?
So what are the thumbtacks for? Just to kind of secure it in
just
place?
kind of secure it if you want to. You don't have to. I don't
We haven't had to
use them.
Oh, guess what, Rich? They come in garage door screen sizes.
Whoa, there you go.
I'm looking on Amazon.ca.
Q, you and I know what we're going to be ordering real soon, right?
I'm going to be buying one. Thanks, Paul.
You need to get an affiliate link up.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Where's that affiliate link, Paul?
Yep. All different kinds. Yeah. So let me, I got to move us so I can hit the X. But see all the different sizes. Yeah.
Wow. So I got to go down. I got to go measure my door now.
Oh, Lynn says, Paul, go out to Menards and pick up one for Roger.
Yeah, Lynn says they have most all the hardware stores. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But I do all my shopping on Amazon.
Yeah. I got to go grab a coffee and I got to go see a fellow by the name of Lou.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'll be right back.
All right.
Oh. Wow, they're pretty cheap. $50 for a garage door size.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Wow.
Axe. Yeah.
We've had ours on the RV 3 years now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think the one I have, it's got to be 4 or 5 years old. And I take it down in the wintertime, of course, but I leave the Velcro up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just when I want to use it, just take it. I've got it sitting over there and put her up.
Oh, we've tried all sorts on RV doors over the years, but that stuff is the best we've come across.
Use those screens on my patio door because my screen door keeps coming off track. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you see what Lynn said about Lucy?
Yeah. Lucy kept on going out, so she took it off.
Whoops.
Walmart has them too, she says.
Yeah, no, but I'm broken. I'll let me see if I can pull up the .com link for you.
I wonder if that means you can drive in and the screen door closes again.
Thinking probably not. There's a link to the US version, Nomad.
Yeah, I think with the garage door, if you drove through it, it'd stick to the car more than anything else.
Yeah, magnetic. Yep.
Yeah.
I scratching the paint.
But it also would be nice on a garage door. Like, let's say you wanted to take a bike outside. You don't have to worry about opening a door, closing a door. You just go through with the bike and it would close again.
That's it.
Well, and if you want to hang out in your garage, like I sit out there a lot and watch TV because I've got a Adirondack chair and a TV out there. I want to leave the doors open, but I don't want the mosquitoes, right?
Right. Another ship coming down.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's a tanker.
Looks hazy in the picture, right?
Yep, it is very hazy. Well, it's so humid.
Yeah.
And that ship is out. That's got to be a quarter mile or so, I would imagine. maybe a little more. And you can see the water's moving downstream.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably go opening my car windows up and try and find a shady spot to park the car. I used to know my lilac trees are blossoming. They're starting to flower. The flowers are starting to come up on them.
Yeah.
So Roger, I've been parking my car under our tree, which is, kind of where my garage is. The tree's just over it.
Yeah.
The good part is the car doesn't get hot. The bad part is there's always bird poop all over the car.
That's it.
Dirty buggers.
I just got to park the car on the side of the house here to be a lot of shade there. So.
Yeah.
Too bad you don't have a little lean-to right there, just out where you can just park and let the blow around, but nothing over top of it,
Yeah, like a carport.
Yeah.
Like a temporary snow shed. That would have been nice, right? That you could have kept that up.
I took my carport down, but if I were parked, because the sun really, that material, it
Heats
flakes.
up.
It heats up and it flakes after that, so it's not good after that.
Gotcha.
Well, all I'm going to do is I'm going to park it beside the house. There's lots of shade there for now. So.
Yeah. Well, that ship's going fast.
Yeah. Well, look at the current is moving like at this speed. And so he's got to go a little faster than the current in order to maintain control. but that current, here's the water moving right here.
I got you.
That's the speed.
It's like having a tailwind.
Yep.
Did you hear that jet go over? It looked as though the microphone activated here.
Oh, didn't hear it.
No. He was lower than he should have been.
Probably on COVID patrol.
Hey, Michael Banny, how you doing this morning?
Hey, Michael, how things going down there in Kentucky, I believe?
Yeah, then I got the canopy down, yeah. And my son came over and gave us a hand. We put it away last week, so we won't get any tickets. That's all I need. I don't need tickets or fines, in other words.
Yeah, as soon as I get off here, I've got to go over and install that ceiling fan at Lynn's house.
Paul, we're really rubbing it in. Hey, Michael Banny's hot down there? Yeah, here too. Yeah. I'm not looking forward to going in my car though, because it's freaking hot in there. Just to back it up and then put it in the shade.
Lynn's not replying, Paul. She must have gone to get the shotgun.
You know, what's the name for those little visors you put over your doors, for your windows?
Yeah, you on a car?
Yeah.
The little shield things.
Oh, the ones that catch the rain?
Yeah, catch so that you can crack your windows when it's raining and it won't come in.
I'm trying to find a place where they sell them, and I can't find them around here.
Did you go to Amazon?
No.
Amazon sells everything. Just saying, Roger. Just saying.
Because my son, his mother-in-law, she checked everywhere, every store around here and everything. Nobody had any. She found them on eBay. No, not eBay. Kijiji. They were used, but she bought them.
Wait, here we go. They're called rain deflectors.
Rain deflectors. Okay, I
Rain
like that.
deflectors. I found them on Amazon.
Yeah,
What year's your car?
2014.
And what kind is it? It's a Hyundai, is it? Sonata?
Sonata. Yeah. I got one in the front of the car that came with the car.
They're $50.
The $50.
Yeah, approximately. I'll show you a link.
That's .ca. So just give me the link.
Yeah, this is for the hybrid. Oh shit, the link is too big.
Oh, just share it. Share
Yeah.
on screen and show them the page.
Oh sure. Yeah, let me do that. You see that?
Yeah. Oh, that's for the Fordham. $50.
$50.
Yep.
Oh, sweet.
And you could have it by Tuesday, June the 2nd.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Okay. Rain deflectors 2014. Okay. I'll go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Fit-
fine.
There we go.
Fits most. Yep.
It's on.
See, Roger? Amazon.
I don't like to give them all my business. You know, Jeff Bezos he's set to become the world's first trillionaire.
Yeah. I get it. But you know what? What I appreciate about Jeff Bezos is he's out there on the hustle. The rest of those billionaires and millionaires and whatever, they're all sitting back and just telling you what they did in the past, you know?
I don't know about that, but Bezos is definitely hustling, that's for sure.
Like, when was the last time you heard of the head of Apple? What he has done for anybody, anything, other than he's using Chinese engineers and development, and he has a sales force.
Got me. I don't know. Bezos 2020. Yeah. No, I'm kidding. Oh, Blind Neil says Elon Musk is doing a lot.
Yeah, but just driving a Tesla to Mars can't.
Driving a Tesla to Mars? Yeah.
When he put that Tesla up in space on top of...
That was amazing. That was amazing.
Hey, Lenny, who are you yelling no at? What's that on?
Who do you think?
I'm flying today. It's been a while. I flew for about 3 days in a row, so I'm okay. Jeff needs to make another YouTube.
Yeah, Blind Neil, to each their own. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm just saying there's only when Elon Musk starts moving towards the stars and the cosmos, different.
I watched an interview with him the other day, and it was Joe Rogan was asking him why he didn't build a big mansion. Like, you know, Elon's got mansions, but why he didn't build like a Tony Stark Iron Man kind of mansion. And Elon's answer was that he wanted to focus his energy on getting people to Mars because he felt like it would take up some of his time to build this mansion, you know?
Yep.
Anyway, it was an interesting discussion.
Well, who was the guy that was big in the past? What, the guy in the wheelchair that
Stephen Hawking?
Yeah, Stephen Hawking.
Yeah.
Didn't they just launch his cremated remains up to the stars or something? Or
I don't know. That's cool.
Well, Michael Benny, I hope you have a nice day for flying. Yeah.
Michael, how hot's it supposed to get there? Hugh, what's your prognostication down there?
Ooh, hot, Paul. For me, 86 is the high today, which is hot for me. I start melting at this point.
Yeah. Roger, what was it that Robert called it? Smoosh, smot?
What?
Sticky and hot smot or
moist.
Something? Moist.
Yeah. Oh.
Come on.
Yeah, the kid's name thing, that was a bit weird, wasn't it, Lynn? You've got like symbols and stuff.
Billionaire, what do you expect? Try to get everything done the way he wants it.
Well, his wife is a rock star, right? She's an artist, so.
Oh, Blind Neil says it's 88 there, and Michael says 87. Hot, humid Kentucky. Yes, it is.
Swarm. There we go.
Swarm. Yes. Said. Yep. Swarm. It's swarm today.
Luckily for us, this is about as hot as it ever gets.
And it is swarm today and chul tonight, which is chilly and cool.
We were at 68, 69 all night last night.
Oh, Michael says he loves the hot, humid weather. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it's good. Our butts off, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's because, throughout my whole lifetime, I'm a sweater, a person that sweats a lot. Yeah. My dad was too. I know a lot of people get in warm weather and they can do stuff and you never see any perspiration or anything. Yeah. My dad used to go out and work in the yard and he had to put one of those things on his to catch the sweat,
Hey, north of 54, how you doing? Rojo.
Robert.
Dennis, don't call me about the airplane noise. 3X drones, how you doing?
3X. I love that channel name.
If he was talking to me about the airplane noise, it doesn't bother me. I did 22 years working on them, so it doesn't bother me. I north of 54.
Yeah, it definitely is going to be a moist day here today.
That price check on aisle 4.
That's it.
My mailman drove right by this morning, so.
Yeah, the other thing he's got coming is a delivery from Wang Tang Wing Wong or something. I don't know.
Wangy Tangy Meats Incorporated?
Yeah, there you go. Wangy Tangy Services. Courier Services. Here comes the locomotive that's heading for the paper plant.
Choo-choo.
Lynn.
It's a nice looking engine, Lake State Railway.
Nice color. Got a nice color on the train, though.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Crosses the road there and heads on up to the paper plant.
So Paul Stephen Hawking is buried in Westminster Abbey.
Lynn, that's what happens most of the times.
Lynn, a Kotex pad on us for you. That would work. It's just taking the if you want to secure it, taking the duct tape off pulls the hairs off the back of your head, you know?
Ouch. Ouch.
Yeah, that's the husband that Lynn got rid of after she came home and found her husband beating her daughter with a belt. That was the end of that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, it wasn't quite the end because Lynn, being in the military, she beat the shit out of him.
Yeah,
then that was the end.
That's how she keeps you in line. That's good to know.
It's good to live on the other side of town, you know, because you just retreat.
Off a bit by the time she gets there. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's it. You hope she's cooled down a little bit.
So how far advanced are you getting with your balconies there, Richard?
Well, it's I'm hoping that by the end of the week, all our decks will be up.
Yeah, cool.
And it's funny that I know their construction workers are just being diligent, but they all went to the back of the units where the sliding glass doors are because they're raised, right? And they put this red sign on each glass saying, "Danger construction, do not open your sliding glass door," right? And I'm thinking to myself, buddy, I got a board that's like 4 feet tall by the width of my sliding glass door.
Secured.
That's halfway up. You know, that's 2x4s or whatever, and a sheet of plywood over top. I'm not climbing over that. But yeah, they're being safe, right? So
for security reasons, they got to do it.
Yeah. But I'm hoping, because they're not putting new footings in. The footings are good. What was problem is the decks were starting to rot in certain areas. Like we're talking like 25, 30 years, right? Okay. And then the lag bolts that secured the decks to the structure, they were about an inch too short by code. So they basically decided to rip out all the decks rather than piecemeal trying to make it work. And then they got to put new bolts in, and they're going to reuse the same footings because the footings are good. And so I'm guessing if they don't have to pour footings and they just have to do the lag bolts, and I'm going to hear a bit of drilling probably over the course of the day. It'd be like at the dentist, right? Then I'm hoping I have a deck by the end of the week.
Well, Rich, my biggest question is this. What kind of an asshole neighbor do you have that went out there and measured that all up and said, these are in violation? Because I guarantee you the city just didn't come around and start measuring your decks.
No, I don't know. It's funny you should mention that because somebody did in conversation say to me, and they happened to be on the board of directors for the co-op, and they said to me, I wonder who blew the whistle.
Okay.
But you know what? The decks were in need of repair.
Yeah.
And if you have to start making any structural changes to a deck, then at least in Ontario, you have to, and because it's a multi-unit complex, right? It's not like your own personal residence. You have to, submit a plan.
Yeah.
And then the next question is probably going to be around code. Yeah. And so eventually it would have came out in the wash anyways, right?
Oh, your rent's going to go up how much now next year?
Actually, that's the blessing of living in a co-op, because even though I'm paying top rent, okay, it's a huge savings compared to if I was renting a house from somebody else.
Okay.
I would be paying at least double of what I'm paying today.
Okay.
So I've been here since the beginning, and I've been on the board of directors a number of times. I've been on this committee, that committee, and blah blah blah. And it works for the most part. It works, and it's not perfect, but hey, my rent isn't subsidized like it is for some other folks who that might be a single parent or somebody that doesn't have a job because they've lost their job or whatever. It's not a bad place.
That's
people.
My brother's on his pension, and he's only paying a certain percentage of what he's getting out of his pension. And
that's how it works. That's how it works. It's subsidized, right? It's not like there's the co-op housing sector, and then there's your government government housing sector. And two totally different things, right? Because your government housing is basically if you have a pulse, they'll let you in, right? And you get a lot of issues around that whole social atmosphere.
True.
Where the co-op housing situation is a lot different. They interview people, they make sure that they're the right fit, not only like just for the community, and they understand what co-op living's all about, stuff like that. I mean, it's not perfect. You still occasionally get a few people that you just kind of wish they would move and go somewhere else, but it's not bad. It's a lot better than than the alternative, right?
11 years I'm here, and my rent has not gone up once in 11 years.
Good landlord.
Yeah, mine's gone up so little.
Rich, they're replacing your decks with another wood deck?
Yes.
Why wouldn't they have gone the full route and done the stone patios or?
Because some decks are our decks are elevated, right? Some units you can walk out and you walk straight out to a stone patio, and other units are a little higher up based on grading of the ground, and some units have like almost a 2-story deck, so an elevated deck where you have a walkout in the bottom. So the ones that are walkouts, like not walkouts, the ones that you just step out to a patio, they're not doing those because those are just divided by a fence. There's nothing to do. Right. It's all the ones that are decks, whether it's an elevated deck or a walkout deck type thing, but it's still elevated. If I was to step out my sliding door right now, I'd probably fall 5 feet to the ground.
So it would take a hell of a structure underneath to put a stone patio in yours.
Yeah.
You'd have to grade and fill and support.
Yeah. And also this is partially subsidized by, I live in Waterloo, Ontario, so partially subsidized by the region of Waterloo. I mean, the co-op still has to fork some of the bill out in their budget, but for the most part, it's been subsidized because the government's looking for improvement projects, stuff like that to help communities.
Yeah.
And so we just kind of fell into the right, I guess, stream, and they said, we'd like to help you. And
we need to find somebody that's willing to subsidize putting a carport on the side of Roger's house.
What?
That might be the Roger Palooza carport building. It's like here in Waterloo we have the Mennonites, right? Yeah. So we need the Roger Palooza Mennonite Guild to come and build a carport for them.
Carport raising. Old fashioned.
There you go. That's it.
Raising.
Carport raising. I envy those that have a garage because I don't have one. Like the way my unit's laid out, it's a row of units and everybody has their own driveway, and you got a bit of front grass, and in the backyard you got a bit of backyard space. So there's no garage, and that's one thing I do miss. I wish I did have one.
I got a garage, but I can't even use it. I got so much stuff in it, I can't put my car in it. So.
That's why we didn't have a garage built when we moved into here. We said no, we don't want one. They said, well, why? I said, because it won't get used for the car. All my stuff will just get thrown in there. It'll be full, and every now and then we'll clean it out, and the car still won't go back in because other stuff.
You've got is yours a 2-car garage, or is it just?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
2-car.
If I take my workbench out, I could put my car in there. I need a workbench.
How often do you use your workbench, Roger?
Often enough. Yeah. Except for the winter, we don't use it. But during the summer, yeah, we use it a lot.
So in other words, like if you could widen your garage out, let's say 5 feet and put the workbench down that side, then you could use the garage.
Yeah, I was gonna do that. My landlord said, "Oh, no problem, you can do that." But that section I would add would have had to be removed if he had to dig up the dishes on the side, then push it back in. That's ridiculous. That was way too much work. Because I wanted to make a place, especially for a workbench.
Yeah.
Hey, Val.
Hey guys.
Hey, Val's here. It's about time you woke up there, Miss Lazy.
I know. My dogs got me up this morning. So I had to let him out. I had to feed him. I had to make coffee, which I don't think's right.
All
Val,
the rest
thanks
of
for
us pretty much got our day, and including David is in
Yes.
going into evening.
Look at that. I like
Hey
it.
Val, thanks for showing up because I was getting tired of staring at these mugs on our screen here.
I resemble
we,
that.
need-
Renard.
we needed somebody with a little class showing up here, you know.
Did they come? Are they here?
You're here.
Hey, Hugh, David, Paul, Rich, Roger. I see you have your It's Summertime shirt on.
Yep. It's hot.
Yeah, me too. It's going to be. It rained last night, so it kind of, cooled everything off.
It's 81 here already at 10:44.
Really? Oh, you're going to have a scorcher today. Hey,
Yep.
Lionel, Bill, Michael Banny, Lionel.
I'm going to have to work smart this afternoon when I put that ceiling fan up for Lenny down on her deck.
How you going to do that?
Very carefully.
82 right now in Waterloo.
Oh, jeez. Okay, I'm going to go into the weather and see what the hell's going on.
Lynn told me she wanted one, so that's why me and I are going to go down there. And
So the next live stream we have, gentlemen, if the heat keeps going up, we're all going to be sitting around with no shirts on.
Oh, wow.
yeah, it is climbing. It's climbing really quick here too. The haze is off. As you can see, it's starting to clear up.
Okay.
It's 51
Yeah.
there, Bill, and Blind Nell says 90 here now.
Wow.
It's 61 here, and it is a scorcher, I tell you guys. I just walk in and go, 61. Ah,
I see how you are, Val.
that's right. I have my summer shirt on because it's 61. I'm like, oh, it's going to be hot today. It's going to get up into the upper 70s.
Well, it might be too hot for you to fly tonight.
Mm.
No, tonight is your tech talk.
Yeah, TikTok.
Tech talk and then game night, right during that, just in the last hour. Yeah. We're going to do fly night because we decided we're just going to do fly night on Tuesday night after tech and then Friday night because that seems like a good night to go before Roger goes on and makes everyone talk about Mavic Minis and Sparks and Phantoms.
Val, what you got to fill me in? What's this game night thing?
Okay, so game night. I got Velocidrone because that's what Centroid was flying in. It's a simulator, so I got it, and then I just decided to give a bunch of them away to the people that were in my stream. We draw names, whatever. Kim and I gave about 20 away. They're about 20.
Wow.
Give about 20, and then so these guys, they kind of rotate in and out. But they come in. Anyone's welcome. And then I set it up with the password. I make sure it's closed. So not everyone. They have to come into the stream, say, hey, what's the login? And then I give it to them. And then we go in and fly. And I gotta tell you, what's fun about it is that everyone has a different Comtrail color. And so I can control what they're seeing on my screen, who's flying, whose sticks are showing, so we can go, oh, that's how he does these turns, right? Just watch here. And you can just see all these contrails all over the place. It is something. It is really something. So it is fun. It is fun. And I was talking to Kim, and he said he went out and flew his actual quad, and he was doing so much more than he'd ever done because he'd been in this and flight simulator. And Centroid, that's where he learned to fly. He just kept going in every day, every day, every day. Very systematic for Centroid because he's a math teacher until he got where he wanted. And then he threw his quad out. I can't say you'll break any less quads because then all of a sudden you think, oh, then I can do that. And, but in the game, you're not breaking anything.
Right.
So you can try all your tricks in the game and then go out and do them.
Cool.
So if you like FPV, that would be the thing to do.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get Paul in with his little Mavic Air 2, but they don't have that quad in the game.
No.
They have a ton of.
And do you need a certain controller that'll work
game
with
control? Yep.
Yeah. So I use the exact one I use for my FPV flying.
Oh my. Okay, Tyrannus.
Yeah. But I will say that any controller, you can use your Xbox controller, that kind of thing. And Kim has been helping people get those hooked up so they don't have to actually. Yeah, the thing is learning the sticks, learning throttle control, doing that.
It's muscle memory, right?
Right.
Hand coordination, muscle memory.
So as long as you got a couple sticks and you're working on it, then you're fine. So one day I went in, I was so happy because Ed kept telling me, Valerie, just let your mind go. So actually I let it go too far. And so I'm flying, I'm hitting every gate, I'm going through all these tunnels. I'm like, oh my God, it's just like magic. I'm just moving my fingers, it's going. And then I realized that I'd hit my space bar. It was actually Kim flying, it wasn't me. I was very sad. And then I thought, well, maybe I can do it. And I went in and I couldn't do it at all because it was still in the beginning.
What was that, Roger?
What Coast to Coast Drone said, so true that, yeah. If you get motion sickness, FPV.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, if you're subject to motion sickness, yeah, it's going to be tough.
So here's the thing. So here's the thing I tell people if they have motion sickness, don't wear the goggles. You don't have to wear goggles on the simulators. You don't have to wear goggles if you're flying. You don't have to. You can just do line of sight and fly. So it won't keep you from it. Only if you go, well, if I can't wear goggles, I can't fly. And you don't have to do zip, zip, zip. What does Curtis always say?
Flip, flip, flip.
Flip, 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 flip. You don't have to do that. You can just fly.
Yeah.
Like you do on a GPS drone. You can just fly.
My goal is to get comfortable enough flying FPV, but just for cinematic flying, right?
Absolutely.
And as opposed to racing, right? Maybe the racing bug will hit me later.
It has not hit me. It has not hit me. I like cinematic flying, and you can do that with FPV. Virgin is a perfect example of that. I mean, you have to go check out these guys. What do they do? What is that called, Roger? When they have those things, those big wing things, and they jump off mountains.
Oh, wingsuits?
And well, the not suits are the actual.
Oh, the paragliders.
Paragliders. And he takes them, and they're flipping, and he's following them, and it is nothing more beautiful than what Virgin can do on this stuff with FPV. Wow. And he's doing
unless you happen to be the paraglider that get clipped by Virgin.
He does not clip them, so don't listen to Mr. Grumpy Butt.
But that's only what you know, Val. I mean, that's why they edit video.
No, do not. I tell you, Paul is so not FPV that he'll actually start rumors.
They-
Right. He doesn't
FPV
know it's true. He just feels
I don't
like
know
it.
any FPV flyer that doesn't edit out the mistakes.
I don't know any GPS flyers unless they just want to throw everything up that doesn't edit.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I'm not saying, but they're not hitting people because I think the guy would go,
I don't know. Didn't Roger get hit in the head by an FPV once?
Once.
By a whoop, I think.
oh yeah, a whoop.
Yeah.
He got
Oh,
whooped.
see now we're declassifying them.
No,
if-
Paul, I'm
if-
not going to argue with you. I
if-
know you
if
don't like
there are-
FPV. It's been clear for the last year, but I'm not going to argue with you.
I don't have a problem with FPV if
You
that's
do.
your thing,
You
but what I do have a problem with, Val, and I'm going to wag my finger at you, is every FPV flyer thinks that you're stupid unless you fly FPV. That's what I have a problem with.
Paul, I don't think that. I think
Actually-
you fly beautifully. I don't think you're stupid for not flying it. I've never thought that.
You know,
I
disagree.
never said you, Val, but there's a lot of people that do. They can't figure out. There must be something mentally wrong with you if you don't fly FPV.
Because
That's not true. Well, it may be true, and it may be a mindset
some.
of some, but
For
it's not
some.
a mindset of everybody.
no,
I mean, I come from the RC helicopter hobby,
Yep.
and there's a lot of RC helicopter and
Mhm.
fixed wing pilots that have developed this stigmatism against drone pilots in general, where all this FAA regulations
Everything.
and all of that, they're blaming the FPV and the drone flyers, more importantly the drone flyers, because of some small minority of idiots, and there always are some, no matter what basket of apples you get,
Yep.
that go out and do stupid things and then make it look bad for everybody.
Yep.
So you know, you've got your AMA flyers, your
Yeah.
American Modeling
Yeah.
Association flyers, and even here in Canada,
Stop,
that are really mad at this whole thing because they're pointing fingers. So really, we got to be more united and
we
not
can't
so.
even go to, no matter what you fly, you go to an AMA field and you have fixed wing there, airplanes and stuff, and they don't want droners of any brand there. So
Yeah.
we're always going to face that, Paul, but I've never thought you were stupid. In
No,
fact,
I never
right.
said you, Val. I never said you, but there's this predominantly undercurrent that what I agree with Rich is can't we all just get along?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I would think. Because I didn't get
Do it for the kids.
I didn't get my 107 not to be able to sing Kumbaya.
Yep.
But I like it all. And I think that that's the thing with me. So I just like flying I just like it all. I just think it's all great. Somebody said they want to put in GPS or, your camera drones which FPV also have cameras, and start integrating both of those within one clip. And I would love to see someone really go into that, because I do think there's a bridge to these two things.
And my gut feeling,
Hey,
and
Steve.
as I sit here today in front of this beautiful virtual landscape here,
Mhm.
I believe, and you guys can tell me whether I'm right or wrong, that real soon we're going to see DJI come out with that platform. We're gonna see an FPV camera drone that by flicking a switch, you can use GPS, you can use all that leveling, and then you can flick it into more of a manual mode. And next thing you know, you're flying more FPV, right? And they're gonna, because they want to promote their goggles, right? They want to promote all that.
I think they've come very close, even with their FPV. It does cinematic. I think they've come pretty close for what people want. But I think people are right. If you have motion sickness, you can't wear the goggles, and don't wear them.
Yeah.
Because then people go, well, then you're not FPV. Yeah, you are. It's first person view. It's the same thing. You just, you're not using goggles. Who cares?
Yeah.
It's just fly to fly. But I would be afraid to FPV around that ship. But some people might want to do it. But I think they'd get mad when when everyone screamed, "It's coming back!" to the ship. Oh my God.
And you see Roger out there ducking.
Oh God.
Everybody was ducking. Go
Ducking. That's one reason why I'm now doing sim and trying to get better at that before I kill anybody.
I was getting ready to pull my shield off the wall over there.
Oh, they do, Nomad? Do they have a problem with each other within that?
There can be, Val.
Huh? Yeah, it's like I belong to groups, Nomad. Because I think that we can find enough reasons to argue. It doesn't need to be over our hobbies or the things like that. It just doesn't need to be over that.
We all love drones, period.
Yeah. Drones are the thing. But I still like the way Virgin. You got to go check his channel out, guys. He's not in here, but he comes in occasionally.
He comes in, yeah.
I don't know if he puts two together with some of the shots he gets. It's not just flip, 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 fly, flip, flip, flip. It's not like that. It's actually capturing action.
You know, Val, he ought to be on your list of people that you interview.
Oh, I know. You've had lots of problems. Gosh, Lynn, you know, we've tried the stratification of people is just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Why does someone have to be below somebody else? If you fly, you fly. You know, we see it everywhere, right? Well, I have a van, so I'm better than you because you have a tent. No, it's whatever works.
Exactly.
Right, Polly? You still love me, Paul?
Oh, always, Val. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, Neil had a great line here in the chat. He says, "I want to see a drone that goes in and out of the water." So, I mean, we're talking. We'll land on the water and then possibly submerge under the water and travel under the water and be able to come up out of the water and then fly.
Yeah.
Splash drone is close.
Splash drone is close. In fact, I've seen videos before the splash drone actually going down under the water for a little distance, come back up again.
Oh, okay.
We'll go through a wave.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree, Lynn. I agree. Just anything you can fly.
It's not as if drones that go under the water and come back out again are new. I mean, they had that one in Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Roland says, "Hey, Paul, check out this video if you got time."
Hey. Let me look.
Yeah, I agree, Lynn. Everyone needs to do what works for them because then it's fun.
Hey, Rich, submarine launched cruise missiles. There's your ultimate water-air drone.
Yeah.
Hey,
You know, you see
From
how guys
underwater?
always have to add something that explodes.
hey, we're boys. It's
Cruise missiles.
Boom.
Yeah, it's got to have that Thor element in it, right?
It does.
Hold your hammer high, folks.
That's why Paul needs to send me all his drones so I can inspect them for missiles or for flying objects.
Spinning blades.
Go right
Paul
ahead.
looks like he just went comatose. What?
Hey, Rulon, that was very smooth, very cinematic, flying an FPV. And nobody that would watch that, I would think, would get any kind of motion sickness or whatever. It was done very well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Rhino, good morning. Glad you're in the chat. Long time no see.
Look at all his bicycles. Yeah, see, you can do any kind of flying. It doesn't need to be crazy. Nice job, Rulon. It's a 3DR solo in some race fun.
I mean, you FPVers and you camera drone jockeys, you got nothing on me and my little booger.
Yeah.
Best drone ever.
In fact, it was yesterday, wasn't it, Hugh, that Hugh figured out he could modify the booger.
Yeah, that was Carpenter Rick did it first though. He did,
Yeah.
his little drone.
But I think the stability comes from that encased.
Yes, the self-righting capability.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, for me to this doesn't self-right, but I can put turtle props on this.
Exactly.
And if it flips, I can get it to flip back over most of the time.
You can do turtle mode. Look at it. What is that? Is that the
Emax Tiny Hawk.
Yeah. Tim has a lot of Tiny Hawks.
This is
So
my
do you fly
beginner
that?
FPV.
Do you love it?
I'm just getting used to it. Yeah, I've got where is it here? I got me goggles. Oh yeah.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, this was a bit like a crew room at an air meet. You've got the fast jet pilots over there, you've got the transport pilots over there, and the helicopter pilots in the middle, just shaking their heads at them as they're going on about which kind of flying's best. It's all flying. It's all good.
That's right.
Yeah, when I was at Rogers and we were flying, we were doing FPV, but at the end, Roger put up his Spark at the time, and I think didn't Centroid have his Zoom up, his Mavic Zoom, and I had the Phantom up, and it was so beautiful to see all of us up in the air at the same time flying. So there's space for everything. It was gorgeous. I loved it.
John Donato, I think he had his Mavic Pro up.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Centroid ages. He must be really busy.
I'm tempted to put the Mavic Mini
He's
up
very busy.
and then have the Mavic Air 2 and the Mavic 2 Pro do a point of interest as the Mavic Minis floating in the air, but at different heights, and just have them just do a POI around the Mavic Mini.
NASA just announced that tomorrow's planned launch to take the astronauts up to the space station may be delayed. There is a tropical disturbance brewing, may force a delay of the launch.
Oh.
You know, I always find it strange that a spaceship was worried about a bit of weather on the Earth, you know? Shouldn't they be more robust than that, you know?
It's awkward for launch, though.
Okay.
Space.
No problem.
If it's Elon Musk, he don't care. He'll be like, yeah, we'll just put windshield wipers on it. We'll be fine.
Exactly. There you go.
Oh, really? Freestyle 2. It just came out. See, I want to get a Tiny Hawk. I don't think they would hurt people if they hit them.
Well, what would be the distance a Tiny Hawk for line of sight? 100 feet? 200 feet?
It would depend upon your vision because it's so tiny.
Yeah.
Right? Get too far, you won't see it anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I would imagine you could put some little, remember on the back of the bicycle, the handles, the little streamers? Couldn't you put some streamers on the bottom to help you see it fly around?
That's a good idea, Paul.
As long as your momentum is always forward and the streamer doesn't get sucked up somehow into the prop.
Well, what you'd want to do, I would think, it'd be like on a little booger. You'd hang one under each of the feet where the motors are right above, and the air would be always blowing down, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know how I would put one on this.
Yeah, you'd have to hang it somehow from the motors down below, but the motors are inverted. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they are on this one.
Yep.
It's got a little bit of grass stain on it.
Oh.
Just proves that I actually went out and used it.
Brian said you could add LEDs to the Tiny Hawk to help with line of sight.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I just looked at Roman's last video he put up there. It's he's smacking into a drone with his FPV. He hit another drone.
Oh. The LEDs fit under the frame.
Oh, yeah, cool. Me personally, I'm trying to just learn how to fly. Like first I needed to get used to the controls, right? It's
Right.
much like RC helicopter flying, but just getting used to, okay, if I pitch right, what does it do? If I pitch left, and how much? And then the big hurdle is throwing this bloody thing on, and now you don't get like the whole perspective around the drone. You're really getting what's in front of it, so your whole perspective changes, and it's a lot harder to fly that way, at least at the beginning.
Yeah, Oliver, who comes in he just started coming in for Lost Drone. He wears his goggles. He can hook them up because he has a HDMI connection. So he actually hooked his goggles up to the computer. So he is flying with goggles. I just want to be able to fly, not crash. With or without goggles, I'm open to whatever that looks like. I just want to be in the air.
Is there any way I could change my sticks on the Mavic? Like, I want to go left. If I put my stick left, it goes right.
Oh,
What?
different modes.
So you
There's
have
mode
them
1 and
backward.
mode 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you flying in mode 1 or mode 2, Roger?
To tell you the truth, I don't know.
Okay, so
Probably
when you
mode
go to give it more lift and you're throttling up, is
Yeah.
that with the right stick or the left stick?
Well, you mean like if I want to go up,
If you want to go up, if you want to give it more
I
thrust,
do it with their left stick.
then that's
Okay.
mode 1.
Yeah, it's mode 1.
Yeah.
Isn't that mode 2?
That's mode 2.
That's mode 2.
Is it mode 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. It's,
So
it's
maybe
like
you can
reverse.
change your
The normal
mode.
is mode 2.
Yeah, because I know when I want to go to my left-hand side, I go to the left, but it goes right. So I have to go right to go left. You know what I
Go
mean?
left to go right, right to no. Something's wrong, Roger.
So he's
Or-
saying left stick is in mode 2.
Yeah.
And which stick do you use to go left?
The right stick.
Okay. So you can turn it. I'm trying to remember with my. with
So
your
Roger,
left
is that with
stick.
it flying away from you or towards you?
Flying away from me.
Okay.
So Steve put up a thing that said it might help those learning. Yeah, if it's going away, when I go to turn left, I'm using both sticks, trying to keep it even and go left.
Roger.
Yeah.
Imagine I'm holding the controller. This is forward. This is back. This is side slide right. This is side slide left. This over here is up, down.
Yeah.
Pan the aircraft to the left. Pan the aircraft to the right.
So something's a little different on you.
I'm gonna
That's mode 2.
take it out there later. I'll try it there.
So what would mode 1 be, Paul?
Can I show you?
Mode 1B actually switches the control surfaces, like your left stick then is forward, back, right, up, down, that kind of. In other
There we
words,
go.
Can you see
Right.
that?
Yeah.
That's mode 1. I don't see the mode 2 picture, but there's what mode 1 looks like in
Go
DJI.
click on
well, you
mode
click
2
on
there.
mode 2 over there.
I can't. It's just an image,
Oh, you got a picture of it.
just a
Okay.
picture, just to
Okay.
show you what it looks like.
Okay.
And so mode 2 is throttle versus going forward,
Right.
which is what we normally fly in, I think.
Yes.
I don't know if you can change the Mavic Mini to mode 1
Be
though.
able to.
I don't know
Well-
if it's in that the Fly app. I'm not sure.
The Spark's got mode 1, 2, and custom, I believe.
Right, because the Spark uses the DJI Go Fly 4.
Go
whatever,
Fly app,
right?
yeah.
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 The Mini's using a different app, which I've never used, so I don't know
Of
what's
course
in
it is, yeah.
I'm gonna check it out right now because
There
you
there
just
you go.
sparked my interest.
All right.
Darn it all! I hate when
Because
people
that
do
would be difficult if you were going away from you, forward, and all of a sudden all your sticks were opposite. Now coming towards you, they would be opposite, right? Because it's
Yes. In other words, like when you're first flying, you always want to fly with the tail end of the aircraft toward you, because then left is left, right is right, forward is away, and reverse back is toward you.
Right.
But it's when new pilots get turned around and they don't understand now left is right, right is left, forward is now toward you, and the other is going back the other way.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, I'm going to try to get this in the camera.
Okay.
Okay, right now we're flying in North America. We fly mode 1.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm going to turn it away because I have to look at it here. So I'm going to click on mode 1, and this is what mode 1 looks like. Oh, sorry.
Not anymore. It
Too many
doesn't.
big thumbs. Okay, there we go. Let me
Can't
know if
see.
that's a good picture.
Yeah.
We can see this. We can't read the.
Oh.
Oh, you could pin him, Roger, can't you?
If I pin him, I'll only pin him for myself, I think, huh? Isn't it?
I don't know. Try pinning and we'll see.
I'll talk and he talks only, he'll stay there.
Okay. If you talk, hum, or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, so there you see, that's mode 1. That's the default. Okay. And if I switch it to mode 2, changing the stick mode, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So now it basically flips the sticks around. So you can see the difference there. So I would go into your Fly app on your Mini and check to see what mode it's in. You should be in mode 1. And that's mode 1 there.
Okay, I'll do that later.
Yeah.
What is mode 3, Rich?
Let me check that out. Wow, mode 3 is a lot different. Now I'm just seeing the reverse of it in the camera here, so I can't really explain it, but yeah, that's mode 3. And then they have a custom mode. So you can, tailor the sticks to do what you want based on whatever you want to customize, I guess. I've never tried that. I've always just flown mode 1.
Yeah, that's what I've always flown too.
Yeah.
Because it comes preset to mode 1.
That's right.
Okay.
Desmond, he's in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
David. And he's saying mode 2 is the default mode normally.
Yeah.
We fly mode 1. But does Roger fly mode 1? Furball, do you know that?
We'll check it later. Hi, good morning.
Tim, did you just wake up? Good morning.
Did you have to power on your drone, Rich, to get to those settings?
I'm just about to do that because when that was mentioned, it was like, oh, hang on a second. I think the drone needs to be powered on.
Yep.
In order for that to prop, because really it just defaults on the screen without the drone connected. It's going to default to whatever.
Yeah.
Without the drone connected, I can't even get that far.
Yeah, and me neither.
Oh, you can just say camera view, and then without the drone connected, then you can go into your menu options. But you're right, they may not represent what's truly set up because it's not connected to the drone. So let's do that. All right.
I'm going to do it to my Mavic Air. See how
So do you know when you get these that you have to do this? I mean, Paul, when you get all your drones, I think you've had the most. Do you know to put it into mode 1?
No, because I use the default mode, but I thought the default mode once you fire it up was mode 2.
And you could be right. Let's find out.
It is.
So confused.
Oh, he beat me to it. Ah!
But then I was flying FPV and I thought I was going backward when I was going forward. So there you go.
Yeah, mode 2 is the default mode.
Right.
Okay.
So mode 1.
And what Rich has told me, though, I never knew that if you were disconnected, that you defaulted back to mode 1.
Which is probably just the first mode that appears in the menu, right?
Exactly.
Right.
So it may not be. It's just a menu default.
It always seemed weird to
Yeah.
me because
And you're right,
kind of assume mode
because
1
right
should
now, with my drone connected, it says mode 2.
Yep.
And if I press on mode 2, that's what I get for controls.
Yep. Exactly.
So yeah, everyone's right. Mode 2 is the default if you're in North America.
Right.
If you're in Europe,
Mode
then
2.
it could be different. It could be
Well,
mode 1.
David says he's mode 2 in the UK,
Okay, so I'm so confused. So should Roger be
Scotland,
mode 2?
Ireland,
1.
UK, the whole kit and caboodle.
So the consensus is, Val, Roger is probably flying in mode 2 right now, but he may want to switch if he likes the other configuration better.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's going to have to start up his controller and take a look.
Yes, mode 2, Roger.
What Roger was saying, it sounds like he could be in mode 1 or even a custom mode. But yeah.
And that would
And you just don't know until you check those settings.
Kim's coming down. He's you confused me.
Hey, Roger.
he's gonna come check it like he's like, what the hell?
Hey, Roger, is that because you have 2 minis, right?
Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
So is that the first mini that you're
That's the first mini, yeah.
okay? Yeah. So that's the one that hasn't been modified.
That's the one came from the factory. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, Kim gets the thrill of the modification.
You're all freaking crazy.
Kim, step into the picture, please.
Hey,
Woo-hoo!
my man boobs.
Hold on. Roger's
Oh, he's
flying,
twerking.
Roger's flying. Look out.
That's all I'm
Roger's
saying.
flying.
What the hell?
See, if you come on in the morning, you get treats and everything.
Yeah, like hell I do.
Anybody would think this was a drone channel?
You would think, no.
My
This is
Phantom went
the
into mode 2
Naked
button,
Man channel.
and I had no control.
You had no control what?
Well, on the Phantom.
Sometimes I feel like I have no control.
Sometimes I don't have any.
Oh,
It
sure.
happens.
Oh, I'm not going there.
We have to be accepting, right, Paul?
Yep. Yep.
See, Paul's looking away. He's like, okay, talk to the ear.
He's watching the ship.
I am copying something.
Ooh.
Step back. There could be danger here.
Stand back.
Uh-oh. What are you going to do, Roger?
He's gonna try to give him a haircut.
Roger, Kim is showing his 10-pack.
Better throw those prop guards on there and fly it in payload mode.
I wish I had a gun.
Ooh, pillow mode.
Villa mode.
Oh shit!
Uh-oh.
I'm stepping out of the room.
What are you doing, Roger? You going to fly in the house?
I see all
When we
kinds
see
of
blood
really
splatter on the screen, we'll know what happened.
For the love of God, do not press that launch button.
He's
Hey.
going to. You know he's going to.
There he's going to.
Because it's going to be Harry Carey in
You
here.
gotta
Just
you
don't
gotta
hit-
get it. Just put
Make
it in
sure
a
you have
hover.
it in
Right?
Ready.
hover mode and don't hit return to home.
Remember, duck and roll. Duck and roll.
No, Val, stop.
Either that, Roger, or have him take the drone out onto the porch.
That'd be more safer because right now there's all kinds of wires wrapped around the props and everything else here.
Okay, what did you find out, Roger?
Okay, where do I go for that?
What's that in the middle?
You go 3 dots,
Okay.
and then you go down to
Control.
the controller.
You'll see a menu that says control.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you'll
It's-
see the mode. It'll say mode 1 or mode 2 in the display.
Hold
You
on
see
now.
it, Roger?
Now.
Nope. I'm on control, like you said.
Yeah. And
Mark
scroll down.
aircraft, flight mode, cinema, sim smooth
No,
position.
down lower. Down
Go
lower.
down lower.
Down lower.
You got to scroll, lads. Scroll to the
Scroll, laddie, scroll.
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 Hey, David, help him
Tell
with
him, David.
Scottish brogue.
It says follow mode.
Got a Scottish bro.
Mode, gimbal mode. I'm gonna mute all you guys.
Here, I'm gonna show you guys.
Okay.
Yeah,
now
show us.
I'm gassed because you guys are stressing me out.
No. Kim, come in front of the camera and show us.
You just want to see my man boobs.
I haven't seen any in a long time. I was just seeing if they're in the
Hey,
same
guys,
place.
Okay, back up just a little, Roger, with the camera.
Okay. Okay.
It says gimbal mode,
No,
follow mode, FPV mode.
no,
Follow
no.
mode, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on follow mode.
Can you go down further?
No.
No,
Show us the
Okay.
top of the menu.
To go back to the menu.
We need to see all those choices at the top.
there's no buttons anymore.
Okay, what does it
Okay.
say across the top up there?
Safety
Choose the
control, camera, transmission.
choose control.
Control.
Yeah, choose control. Just touch it. There
It's
you go.
the same thing.
Same place.
It's marked flight mode, sim mode, position, sport, metric.
What's above the where you told us the cinematic and everything? There was two boxes by themselves up at the top of that menu.
No.
No.
What does that say?
Well, it says
Oh.
cinema, position, sport.
Okay. Those are he's in the mode for the transmission. In other words, like speed and all kinds of things. Maybe he
Okay.
needs to go to controller.
Here we go.
So here we are here. I'm in control mode. You can see the tab at the top.
Yeah.
You
That's
have
right.
to touch the screen and scroll it up until you see that an item that says stick mode. That's it. There it
Okay.
is. There
There
it
it
is.
is.
Mode. There it is. Yeah,
Mode
on.
two.
Mode 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mode
mode
2,
two
that's
is
where you want to be.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I went to mode 2 on my Phantom. You know what happened? I had no control on my sticks.
Okay.
Then you know what I would do?
Yeah.
So
I
what
would do, there's calibrations you can do. I would do a
Calibrate your
controller
sticks.
calibration.
Yep.
Do a controller calibration. You do that with the aircraft off. You don't need the aircraft on.
Okay.
You just need your phone or your tablet connected to the Fly app, and you go into a menu.
It'll tell you how to up, down, around,
Yep.
circles, all kinds of things with your stick.
RC calibration.
RC
Yes.
calibration.
Did I turn
It'll
off,
tell you to turn off your aircraft.
did I
Turn off the aircraft.
turn off the aircraft?
Yep.
Turn off the aircraft.
Turn off the drone?
Okay, he's
Turn off the drone.
Oh, thank God for that.
Turn off the drone. Turn off the drone.
Drone is off. Thank
Maverick,
God,
Maverick,
Again.
Maverick.
thank God for that.
There you go.
Okay.
Just start it.
And
And follow
follow
the
the
instructions.
directions.
Oh, this is Roger we're talking about. So I don't know.
I saw your
Thank
video
you.
on this. I saw your video on this, Richard.
capture life.
So what it tells you to do is you got to do with the controls what it tells you to do.
Yeah, Roger. Do it.
And you're really just calibrating your left thumbstick, your right thumbstick, all the up and down, left and right directions, and then your
No, you
gimbal
actually
control.
do it with the controller. Yep.
Yeah, I know. I'm doing it with the controller, but it's
No, you gotta move it back and forth a few times for it to register,
Yep.
okay.
Move them around. Move each one of the sticks around.
and you'll see the lines turn from white to green.
And you move them all the way to the left, all the way to the right.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, there it is. green.
Your percentages will change all the way up, all the way down.
You want to get that full range of motion.
They're all 100%.
And you do the right, did you do the left sticks too?
Not yet. I only got 2 hands there, Paul. Hold on.
Well, isn't Kim holding the camera for you?
No, I am.
Oh my!
He's got the camera in his teeth.
The
He's
camera
got
in his
this.
mouth, yep.
As I like this.
There you go. There you go.
This
This
drone
is
thing
Roger. Okay, I can do this.
I got it. So now,
Now
do
that's
y'all.
a new icon, Rich, I haven't seen before in the middle there. Why is it showing this and that? Is it because you need
Oh, that's
to turn
that's you're calibrating your gimbal control, your camera pitch up and down.
camera pitch up and down,
That's
Roger.
for the scroll wheel.
Yeah, but
Calibrate
Okay.
the scroll wheel.
the camera's off, isn't it?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. You're
just
working the
calibrating-
controller.
Yeah, you're only calibrating this.
Calibrated successful.
There you go.
There you go. Now you can take it out for a test flight, but not indoors.
Dang. Okay.
Well, Kim will sit in for you. You go out and fly it off the veranda there for a minute. Just turn the
camera
outside,
on for
turn the
outside.
outside camera on.
No, I'll do it later on.
Oh,
How-
no.
Roger,
Val-
we want to see.
Yeah, we want to see. Don't disappoint Val.
Well, we've got 22 paying customers right now.
They're
Yeah.
waiting.
Turn the outside camera on.
Hey, the tank, how you doing?
No streaming yet?
Okay, hold on. I'll put the camera. I'll put the camera outdoors on for you.
Yep.
Belle wants to see moves.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, send Kim out so I can see him.
Yeah. Kim can go out there like a statue and he can pose, you know?
Yeah, he can't do that on regular Zoom because then he might end up on one of those sites if someone's
One of those sites.
It'd be the Canadian fun time.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going in.
Okay.
You're gonna have to step like towards that little flowery bush that comes up every year. It looks like a bouquet.
Yep.
You can let Roxy out at the same time if she won't eat your drone.
And as silence fell over all the folks watching,
It's like waiting for the lions to come out.
Houston, we're waiting for liftoff.
rocket boosters to ready,
Yep.
preparing for liftoff.
All systems are a go.
8, 7. Oh yeah.
Guys, I found an extra bolt. Does this go somewhere on the spacecraft?
Or better yet,
Always parts left over.
yeah, this is astronaut Tim here. I gotta go pee. Can we abort the flight?
I think that's what Roger's doing because it doesn't take him that long to get outside.
Wait, where's
Tim,
that
what's with the
stream of water
catheters
coming
for?
from? That's not a garden hose.
Stream of water.
Roger, don't make coffee. Just get outside.
So what's he doing? Going to fly outside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Well, at least now he knows how to change from mode 2 to mode 1 if he wants to try that.
Yeah.
Well, that would be like Greek, wouldn't it? If once you're used to flying mode 2, you go to mode 1. It's like,
I don't think I'd want to try it.
So is he outside and we're just not seeing it? Hey Kim,
Must be.
what's up?
Oh, there it is. There it is, guys.
yeah,
Oh, he's on the porch.
Oh, I see it on
I
the
see
right there.
it's on
Just
the
to the
right.
right of that little
Cameras.
bush. Oh,
There
he's
it
above
goes.
it.
So is that facing towards him or away from him?
That's
That
towards
looks like
us.
it's towards us. So that means his controls are going to be reversed.
Yep. Left is now right. Right is now left.
Because he has it turned towards us. That's what I
Yeah,
thought.
forwards
That's
is
what I did.
backwards, backwards is
There it
forwards.
is.
Turn it around.
Woo!
Have it go the other direction.
Oh, shit.
Listen to Kim. Oh shit, he's heading for the bunker.
Ah.
Here
I
it
think he's trying to
comes.
hit his camera. That's actually
Yeah,
a good shot.
he's just facing it the different way. He's flying backward. Am I ever late to the party today? You are, Carpenter Rick. Yeah, Roland's saying turn it. Let's see the.
I got to scoot, guys. I will see you later. Have fun with the flight, Roger.
Okay,
All
Hugh,
All right,
we'll
take
see
care,
ya.
Hugh.
Thank you.
So he has it just turned the wrong way. That's all.
Well, the camera is buffering, so
It almost always.
there he is.
There he is.
Wow, I've never seen him look so concentrated.
Yeah, because he's like, why is it still
His
flying?
eyebrows
Did
are up.
you say concentrated or constipated?
Well, I'll go with the first one. Now there's a man who's focused,
That's right.
Oh, he loves that mini.
and you can see that one eyebrow is just raised up a little.
Yep. The
It's like that
furrowed
Mr.
brow.
Spock.
Yep.
That's
thing,
the
yeah.
French side of
That's
it.
the furrowed brow look.
Yeah.
Like Ruby. Roger.
Well, what a perfect day for flying. I don't see any wind.
Perfect day for twerking.
There he is.
Oh, no. Okay, hold on.
Oh, look at the drone is right there, just
Yeah.
close to the camera, and between the camera and the bird, the feeder, and Roger is.
Let me do it.
Roger's looking down at his controller.
Yeah.
Just don't hit return to home, Roger. Don't do it.
Just remember, from that position, right is left and left is right.
Oh, darn. I tried to get one of those, print screen things, and it wouldn't work.
Well,
Roger,
one thing
delivery.
nice about it, Val, is you can always go back and print screen later.
Then looking good. He's a top one.
Oh, there he is. He's got it landed.
Were you talking about my twerking?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Stop share. You guys don't forget, I have PayPal.
Very good, Roger.
Thank
Very,
you,
very
Ray.
good.
Okay, for all that effort,
Ray.
everybody's got to do the thumbs up here. Come on, hit the
Yeah.
thumbs up if you haven't done so.
Give him the thumbs up, everybody.
The chat.
Just remember, Roger, you're on the camera that's on the desk now.
Yeah. There you
I
go.
can't see you.
Oh.
Who's the topless girl? Hey, Carpenter Rick, and I saw that one.
Oh, shoot. Now it lets me print screen. I tried to get a picture, and it didn't let me do it till now.
You'll just have to rewatch.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tank wants one too. I'm glad it worked out okay.
So we can't see you, Roger. You know.
Roland,
okay.
It's Roland. Let's see.
Oh,
that.
you can't see me. Okay, because camera.
I'm seeing a table.
Okay, hold on.
Let's see that house.
There you go.
There he goes. There he goes. Woohoo! As
Some
he's-
tassels on, man. Show some dignity.
Wayne,
Don't
don't tempt me. Roger's gonna get banned off YouTube as he saw that.
So, Roger, you were having the camera face towards you.
Yeah, that's fine. So he could see us and we could see him.
No. I'm talking about with the mini.
Yeah.
That's why it's going the opposite directions.
I was flying.
Yeah, because it's all reversed. Don't
Yeah,
forget.
So you have to have the camera faced away from you going forward.
That I
Yeah.
know. That I know.
Did you?
Is it any
I was going down
better, Roger?
way the other day, and I wanted to go more on that side, and I was pressing the thing on that side, and this freaking thing was going that way. Hey, Carpenter Rick. Are you
Well,
patient?
I bet it doesn't do that now that you've calibrated.
No, it doesn't do it now.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Good,
Yes.
good.
He paid
Result?
for the answer.
Yeah,
Damn, I'm cheap.
Carpenter Rick just paid for the dancer, guys.
Yep.
Damn, $3.
And you know what? And that's why I made that video about calibrating your mini and not to be afraid of using the DJI Assistant 2 for Mavic and all of that, because you know, you're only going to get on board with DJI support, and they're going to ask you to do these things anyways.
Yep.
Right. So you might as well learn all your options, know what you're capable of doing, and be comfortable doing it. And it just makes you, I guess, more at peace of mind knowing that, hey, you know, this thing's really calibrated. I've done everything I possibly can to make sure that this is up to date, calibrated, working the way it should. And then this way, if you get on the line with support, they go, well, did you do this? Did you do that? Did you do this? And you're like, yep, done. Right.
Yeah, well, I looked at your video the other day too. So, but
I've got one coming up. It's a comprehensive one I did for the Mavic Air 2. And the reason why I did it is because, to my surprise, when I went to do when I unboxed it and I went to do the over-the-air update, and I have good Wi-Fi in the house, it did the update. And it was all happy. And then next thing you know, I did the segment to plug it into the DJI Assistant, and it said, hey, there's a software mismatch. Would you like to update your drone? I said, yes. It updated the drone again and corrected the software mismatch, as they called it.
Okay.
So over-the-air updates, for the most part, I would say probably 95% of the time work fine, but occasionally you get a dropout, and it's not enough to not cause the update to fail. And one would think, hey, everything's cool. And you want to be able to trust over-the-air updates to a degree. But after I plugged my Mavic Air 2 in to the DJI Assistant 2, next thing you know, it says, hey, there's a software mismatch for your drone. Would you like to update it? And that's what I did. And it I didn't fly it before. I've only flown it after, but it was interesting to see that, because the over-the-air update didn't suggest anything to me other than it's successfully completed.
Yeah. Okay. Hey Val, thank you so much. Thank you. And the Tank RC, welcome. I hope you're doing good. The Tank RC does live streams on, I think it's Wednesday nights or Thursday nights. Tank RC. Thursday nights.
Mm-hmm.
My drone is beeping. I thought I turned it off.
Uh-oh.
Double tap.
Maybe that's his controller.
This thing, let's
Could
go
be the
guys.
controller too. Yep.
I wish the camera did this smooth, right? So we could see him actually flying instead of, you know, he's here, then all of a sudden he's here.
Hey Val, I got something I wanted to show you especially.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a controller. Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Can you see that?
Yes.
I found yesterday. Okay, now I want you to watch very close, off to this side and comes across here. Now watch. I'm gonna start it to play. See it right there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's another drone.
Flying right over the ship.
Yep, which is a no-no.
What kind of drone is that?
That looks like a Mavic 2 Pro.
Yeah, it
Or it
does.
could be a Mavic Air 2.
What's he doing out there? What the hell? Does he fly off?
See, yeah, now watch. See, it goes right up and out of screen because I'm hovering. But if he were to come directly at me, he is not that far below me,
Wow.
which to me is kind of scary, you know?
Mhm.
And so what I did was, there's the picture of it right there. Let me see if I
I
can.
just hope somebody doesn't report that, and they probably think
See it
it's
right there?
I don't see it in the frame.
Right there?
Are you pointing at it?
Yeah,
we can't see it, Paul.
right
No,
there.
I'm seeing your cursor up on the minimize button.
Okay. Oh, I know what the problem is. Hang
You
on.
you might be stuck on off.
Can you
Yeah.
see it now?
Flying. You never know.
No.
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 Okay. Stop share.
It just
I'm gonna
stopped rolling.
I'm going to share it again. I think I screwed up with it.
Are you hitting those boxes to optimize?
Can you see it now?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
There
Oh,
it
for
is,
goodness
right
sake.
there.
For goodness sake, Paul.
There it is there.
Be right back.
Oh,
Okay.
geez.
Now, in Canada, we have to affix our drone registration number to the top of the drone, and also a name and contact number as part of our registering the drone. What do folks in the U.S. have to do? Is this something similar?
Well, I have on the side on the sides of mine like tail numbers, which it has it on the side.
You have to have
But-
them where they can be seen
Right.
without a lot of fuss. I mean, you can't have them like in battery compartments or anything. It has to
Right.
be on the drone itself.
I'm wondering if Roger could zoom in on that picture enough to be able to read anything off the drone.
I won't be able to do that.
I mean, not Roger, sorry.
Paul.
Well, it starts to pixelate a little bit, but
Yeah.
see on my drones, there's my identification numbers on both sides.
Yeah.
So Blind Nell, I don't think the drone came from someone flying on the boat. It
Nope.
looked like it came from the side, like
It
where
came
Paul
up-
would sit to do it.
Yep, exactly. And I had run into a fella that just got a drone, a
Roland,
Mavic.
wait a minute there, Paul. Roland, the guy's allowed flying. The point A flew over the boat. You're not supposed to fly over the boat
Yeah.
that close.
You can fly around it all you want,
Yep.
as long as you're in the proper airspace.
And it just startled me when I was editing and saw it. That's all.
Yeah, because Paul didn't see it when he was flying.
And the fact is, what I'm going to do is I'll show it to you one more time.
Mhm.
Share.
Here, yeah.
Okay. What really is the scary part is, now I want you to watch. It's going to come from over here like the shore.
It's right on
Yeah.
there, Paul. I can see it. Or is
No,
that-
that's a boat out in the.
I need to get
okay.
my eyes checked again. Okay, let's go.
Okay. See, it came right across like this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And watch how he doesn't fly the most stable.
Oh yeah, he's all over the place.
Oh,
Yep. And that's what kind of scared me. If he was just in a hover,
and it wouldn't have taken him a lot to go around the back of the boat and come around.
nope.
That wouldn't have taken him a lot to do. He just
Well, if you're an inexperienced pilot, that's kind of what I'm seeing, right?
Yeah.
Somebody who's new to drones and they haven't had a lot of fly time, and they're thinking, "Oh, this is cool. I'm going to get a shot
Yeah,
of this big
and
ship."
they fly like this, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3X drones. Yeah, it's a newbie flying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any chance that's a mini? It
No,
might
it's
be
too
Roger.
It was too big. to
Yeah.
do the-
So
Yeah,
I
that was either a
wonder-
Mavic 2 Pro or a Mavic Air 2.
So they shouldn't be flying over anything where you could hurt someone or do anything like
That's
that.
it. That's
And
it.
certainly that boat, you
Well,
know, it would have hurt his drone.
About a week ago, I pulled up to park and I was going to catch a ship upbound. It was on the north side of the bridge, and another guy was parked a couple of cars down from me, and he spotted me and he said, "Yeah, I've seen your videos," and he says, "I just got a new Mavic 2 Pro." Okay.
That's probably
That's
him.
probably him.
And he took off well before the ship got here, and I was watching him fly, and it was.
So it's probably him.
And so when he came back to land, it was like he was all over the place, and I'm just shaking my head. And I says, "You need to go out to a big field and practice."
How did he take that advice?
I didn't say anything, but
Oh, I would have.
because, you know, I mean, there was people down there along the water and the sidewalk, and he was like all over the place.
And that's just it, right? And you wonder, does he even have his, like,
you know, is he
Part
red?
One or
I
something?
didn't see any registration on it. He says he just got it from Best Buy.
Well, and so this is
My
the
first-
kind of
my first
flyers that
challenge to
make
him
us
is-
have more rules, more stuff on us because they're flying like this. This is
And-
exactly what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I was at our, I was up in Tobermory near the trailer park where I'm at,
Yeah.
and there
I
was
know.
somebody that just got a new DJI Mavic Air 2. They did not have their pilot certificate. The drone wasn't registered, and I told them straight up. I said, "You need to get your pilot certificate. You need to get your drone registered. It's just going to cost you a little bit of time if you want to get your basic, and it's like $10 for the test and $5 to register your drone, and it's going to cost you maybe a Saturday to get the information that you need." I gave him all the links and everything that he needed. I got his email address. He was thanking me, but it was like he didn't know. And I'm scratching my head going, you went out and you bought a drone, but you see, this is the problem. Best Buy will sell somebody, it will sell even DJI, okay, will sell anyone a drone.
Yep.
There's no forewarning saying that if you buy a drone that's greater than 250 grams or greater, you have to have a pilot certificate and or you know, to be able to do it.
And see,
really,
what would it take, Rich, for any retailer that's selling a drone, whether it's DJI, Autel, or anybody, when you place that order, there should be an email shot back to you as what you should need to do with this new drone and be prepared, you know?
Right. Yeah, because they don't want to take away from their sales to say, well, unless you have a pilot certificate or an
It's a
FAA.
little flyer in the back.
Or in
with
the box.
drone.
Yep.
You have to do this or you're going to be in trouble. And
Or if you're buying it from a retailer, they should have to sign saying they've been notified, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And then because the problem is people are walking in, they don't understand or even are aware of the rules.
Yep.
Until either somebody approaches them, or whether it be another drone hobbyist, or someone who's aware of the rules, or even the police, or you know. Yeah. And that's the problem. These things are so accessible now, and with the rules and regulations in place, in a way, I wish that I know there's going to be arguments on this, but in a way, I wish that if you went into a store or you were to place an online order with a drone that weighs more than 250 grams or more, that you would have to prove that you have a pilot certificate.
Okay.
Yeah, just be able to log in your number.
Yep.
Yeah, just be able to put it in. I think
It'd be in your profile.
Yeah, they don't want to cut sales. I think
No.
you're right. Yeah, they don't want to cut sales, but they should need to do that. Some kind of number, but people can get drones any which way to get them.
Mhm.
Just be aware that flying over a ship, flying near other drones, you gotta have some proficiency in your flying. A little.
Yeah, well, you know, the sad part is with YouTube and everything, it's like this pushing the envelope is really big amongst young people. I saw a video about last summer of a bunch of they either teenagers or college kids out in a field, and they had a brand new Inspire 1. They flew it around and crashed. They flew it around and crashed it, and they were laughing and carrying on. And the one kid says, "Well, now what are we going to do?" And the other kid says, "I still got Dad's credit card. Let's go buy another."
Can we get that dad's address? I wanted to get adopted.
Yeah, I like that card. I would like to have that card.
And they put it up on YouTube.
I'm sure their father didn't really like that.
If he saw it.
Yeah.
So I think it's easy, and I think Roland's, right. When I got my Breeze, it said these in it, when I was reading the directions, I usually throw them to the side, that you have to register it. It does say. I think people just don't want to do it.
Mhm.
They're so excited to get their drone in the air, right? And I get it. I was excited too. It's exciting to get a drone, but you got to do what you got to do.
Mhm.
Well, and besides that, there's so many excellent drone pilots out there. And I've just now, it just struck me, maybe I need to put something at the end of my ship video. Please don't try this without proper instruction. It's not as easy as it looks.
Yeah.
And it takes a skill and much practice to be able to do this. Don't try it without the knowledge.
And or put
one of
something
your
in there.
subscribers, Paul.
Yep.
Yeah. Or you would put something at the trail end of the video that would say,
Be advised.
Or something that would say, I'm a registered pilot with the FAA. If you like what you see and you aspire to do the same, I encourage you to,
take the
learn
steps
about
necessary.
this.
Yep.
Yeah. Like however you word it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're, like I was saying, they're one of Paul's subscribers. They've seen his boat videos. They think it's very cool. And they went out there doing this thinking they were going to get it because it must be easy.
Yeah.
Right? It must be easy. They have no idea that drones, they can be easy, but you have to practice.
And they can be dangerous.
They can be very dangerous.
And the other thing too is depending upon somebody, minimum wage, whatever it is, up at Best Buy, when somebody walks in and say, "Yeah, well, tell me about these drones." Oh, anybody can fly them. You can do it. Just because they want to sell the drone.
Yeah.
And then
look at DJI, the way they advertise the Mini, right? The everyday fly cam.
Yep.
Right. So really, I get it. From the manufacturing point of view, you want to sell your product to the masses, but also from a manufacturing point of view, if you're getting pressed and the entire hobby is getting pressed by regulations, wouldn't you as a manufacturer, I mean, great, you've got ADS-B in on your newest aircraft now, or you may have this technology and that technology, but that's still not going to take away from the fact that you're not educating the buyer in any way, saying, if you're buying this drone for private use, and then be aware that in your country or region, you may need to register this drone and have a pilot's certificate or whatever.
Yeah,
Right?
Rulin, I agree. Yeah, didn't we all start somewhere? But here's the fearlessness of this guy. When I first started flying, I flew in my backyard. I learned how to maneuver it. I wasn't worried about flyways or any of that stuff. I did a lot of practice. And this guy is immediately, if he's the same guy I talked to Paul, immediately heading over the water. I mean, he is fearless with what he's doing. I have not flown over the water yet because I don't want to lose my drone. So yeah, everyone has to start somewhere, but you need to get a little proficiency in your flying.
Yeah.
If you're going to fly over the water and fly, you need to know you can't fly over your ships. Those are things that would be good. I'm sure we'll probably see his flight on YouTube, and then people will let him know, hey guy, can't fly over.
I got my Spark. I started flying it here in the yard. I didn't go anywhere else, just around here in the yard. That was it.
You have to learn.
I didn't go in the fields or nothing with it. I just flew around here.
And he hit Kim. That's all he did with it. Water or a crush doesn't matter. Why? Because if it goes in water, it ruins it. And if you crash it, it ruins it. I just wanted to make sure I could fly it and not do that because it means something to me. I didn't have tons where I could waste it.
I don't see that guy going out there swimming for that drone beside the boats.
And what frustrates me most about a lot of these forums, like I'm on a few forums. I'm on the USA DJI Mavic Air 2 users group. I'm on a few forums because and I get it. People are excited, and it's human nature. You get something new and you're excited and you want to play with it, and you want to get it out there as soon as possible, right? It's like you got yourself a brand new car. If you're into cars, I got to drive that. Like as soon as I got it, I got to drive it, and I'm out there driving it all day, right?
Right, Erlen.
But the thing is, where I'm going with this is the problem that we have is, you get this, and on the forums they go, "Oh, I crashed mine in the lake. This thing sucks," or "I crashed into a tree. This thing's terrible," or it blew away on me. A Mavic Mini, and they're flying it in 30 to 50 kilometer an hour winds or whatever it is beyond the capability of the poor little thing. And everybody's complaining about flyaways. Well, you're idiots. You're all freaking idiots.
So I take it you're the most popular person on the forum.
It's and I had to tone it down, right? Because somebody came onto the forum and said, well, there's a lot of new people. And I'm like, okay, I get it. There's a lot of new people, but you're answering the same questions over and over again because they're too bloody lazy to find out for themselves. It's instant answers. Everybody wants the answer today, now, immediately. And I'm going to ask the question, right? It's just like, can you tell that's a bit of a stick in my side?
Just a bit.
Read what Andrew just wrote down.
I'm logging back into my computer. I have to reboot it.
First time comment, a long time lurker. What drone would you recommend to someone who enjoys flying while heavily intoxicated during an electrical storm? I believe the Skydio can handle it.
Yeah, and make sure you've got some wired coat hangers attached to you somehow.
To your head, little foil. Because when you get it, you want to get it full.
Yeah, and you want to get full strength of signal too.
Exactly.
No, it just, I get it. We all have to kind of take a deep breath and just, do our best to help people to understand, right?
Well, I'll just tell you one of my pet peeves. Every time something goes wrong, but people like to blame someone else. It's the drone, or I know when I was building my drone, when something didn't work, they said it's the part, it's probably bad. No, if you're brand new, just assume it's you. Just assume it's you. You did something wrong and go back at it and learn. Because it's not usually the thing you're trying to fly or the thing you're trying to fix. It's usually you if you're new. Now, if you're a long-time flyer, then you know the difference. But if you're not, you don't. DJI Tello with the Fly Less kit would be good for you, Pusa. Hey, Robert.
The Fly Less kit.
Like your 5-foot-long aluminum pole. What? At the airport. Yeah, they tell you right at the airport. Just go there. Just fly it over there with a little note. Is this okay?
Hey, Andrew. Yeah, are you reading what Andrew's writing down here, man?
Yeah, I read it out loud.
Oh, there's more, Val.
Yeah.
I can't see the chats right now. I got my other computer rebooting.
Best single seems to be at the airport. That's true. Just go over there and take care of it. Could you imagine? Yeah, that's why they told me to start flying. Yeah, a 4-inch with the razor blades. And you watch out for sure. Yeah, see, that's what I think. You just have to be careful when you're flying at the airport. And if you can get it up to 10,000 feet around there, they're like that too.
Rolling.
I can see him now. But we were watching on the Canadian Drone Hub, and they said to put it in the air at the airport.
Yeah, it was this lovely lady by the name of Val. She said you can do it, no problem. Hey, hang on, I have a screenshot of her picture.
Yeah, because I just tell people, just do what you want to do. Just do it. Doesn't matter. Don't be shy about it. Yeah, just copy my name down. It's right there. And report me. My name is Roger.
Martin.
Martin.
Martin. What is the best drone for spying on my girlfriend, mid-70s neighbor in sunbathers?
The truth, character it, picture it. Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh gosh.
People in the chat. Flying to the church wasn't allowed. Got a shit out of me on Facebook groups. Oh yeah? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, thanks for the warning there, Roland. I was gonna fly around the church here.
If you're in the airspace,
Pusa.
you just have to ask.
Yeah, I put
Granny.
Carpenter Rick, yeah.
I was about a year ago. I was helping my daughter. She does videography of weddings, right? And she asked me. She says, "Hey, Dad, can you fly your drone and record this wedding, and the church and everything else? And it's all exterior shots, right?" And I said, "Well, the actual ceremony is taking place in the church, right? They're just going to come out for pictures." And she goes, "Yeah, that's what they're doing." Okay, good. Because I don't think anybody wants to hear a drone buzzing over their heads while they're trying to say "I do." So I got permission. She worked with me. We got permission from the town. We got permission from the church, and we got permission. And it was made known to everyone who was attending that this was going to happen.
Yeah.
So all that communication resolved a lot of grief, right? But if you're just going to go arbitrarily and fly over a church, I mean, you could probably do it as long as there's no people below you, type of thing. You're being safe, and you can always ask the pastor of the church or the priest, "Hey, is this okay? I want to get some nice scenic footage. I thought including the parish or the church would be nice." And he'd probably want to see it, right? He or she would probably want to see it. So, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I got stuck on YouTube for pictures I'd taken, drone video I'd taken above a church, but I hadn't flown it by accident or deliberately, etc. We were parked up near the church and down by the river, and the guy noticed I had a drone and I'd flown it up and around the river area, and he said, "Any chance you fly the church for me and go up and down the roof, because I want to know how much work needs doing on it." And absolutely no bother. It's a way of saying thank you for we've been down the river, we've been by this and that. And I just flew along the ridge lines of the church, and around the church and that, handed over the SD card and said, go and download it and let us bring it back when you're done. And when I got it back, I uploaded it on YouTube, and I got so much stick for it. I had permission. I was requested to do the flight.
I think people don't realize.
I said that at the start, and I said that at the end, because I knew it was going to be contentious, and I still got it.
I don't think here, and nowhere in anything I read in the rules when I was getting tested did it say you can't play.
It doesn't say you can't fly.
You can't play church, but it's personal property. It's the property of whatever.
Exactly.
It's I don't think it hurts to ask.
Yeah. It's a caution area, concerns about privacy in this country.
I'd probably ask just because having the priest run out with the robes flying.
But that just brings me back to what we were talking about earlier, which was people's perception, right? And you know, you can't please everyone all the time because not everybody understands what the rules are all about, right?
Right. They don't. They
Yeah.
don't. And and people get confused because drones seem pretty innocuous. You can fly them, you can have fun, and you should be able to do all of those things. You just have to you know, I wish they could just, you know, I used to hand that in my streams, that little rule. These are the things, you know, look around where you're flying, make sure you're not flying where other people are. Yeah, you want to make sure everybody's safe. They just had like 20 small things you could do to keep you out of trouble.
Yeah,
And I
Roland.
got it from CNY Drones. I got it from them. So I think it's okay to know, do not fly at someone. If people are walking around, don't, you know, buzz them because you want to show them how cool your drone is. They're little things, just little things.
Yeah, Roland's just brought up something really annoys me. Is that they make a big thing about drone privacy and taking the pictures, and yet everybody's carrying at least 1 or 2 cameras around with them with their phones.
And you hear people say, I don't give you permission to photograph me. So here's the deal, you're in public.
Yeah.
It's public. And that's I think people should have a little more, like paparazzi and stuff. I think that's great.
Everybody, don't forget tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You got Val's Life is on. It's Tech Talk Tuesday with Rojo and Val.
Rojo. We're gonna have
I think I'm gonna be getting off, guys.
What time is Andrew on today, Roger? Do you know?
Yeah, let's bring up the bigger show that people go to.
No, but I mean, is he on this afternoon or what?
Oh, not Tuesdays. No.
Oh, okay.
He's on exactly when I'm on.
Oh,
Thank
I
you,
didn't.
Paul.
Sorry, Val, didn't know that. Because you
Uh-huh.
know, sometimes he does this 1 o'clock show and.
That's Thursday.
Oh, Thursday. Okay.
Thursday. He's on earlier. And then sometimes, and that's usually for his drive with the family and Ksenia, and it's a really cute show. So you want to make sure you hit that. But his evening shows on Tuesday haven't been that good.
Yeah. Paul, did you read what Phantom Hodges wrote
Love
to you?
you, Andrew.
Yeah, Phantom Hodge, Paul, that's great. I'm glad that you're enjoying the Inspire. I was glad to send it to a worthy pilot to fly.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice?
Everybody in the chat, I'll be going. So take care.
Don't forget game night tonight, right after Tech Talk. It's just a 1 hour Tech Talk, and then we're going into flying. Oh, Puzo's still here. Andrew, I love you.
Okay, bye everybody. Andrew,
Bye.
link, Andrew. Bye everybody in the chat.
Take care, everyone.
Bye, Rick. Bye, Nomad.